Hey Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Good afternoon / evening, everyone in curling land. Welcome to the Astec Safety Challenge here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center in Lloydminster, Alberta. As we kick off the C event qualifiers, we have got Team Libbus versus Team Carruthers here on sheet number 4. Myself, Kyle, here with Chris McQuid. Chris, how's your day going?
Absolutely great. Great to be here. We've got a great matchup here, Kyle, so looking forward to this one.
Lots of fun, lots of action. We've had a big day so far. So let's break it down. How did Team Carruthers make it here today? Well, they've already played 2 games. Now they're getting ready to kickstart in their 3rd game. They played off at 9 o'clock this morning against Team Knapp, took them down. Then back out in the draw at 12:30 against Team Goskins, took them down. Now they're here to take on Team Libbus, the team that has now kind of become the sentimental favorite here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. Team Libbus has had a big 14-16 hours. Last night, they take down Joel Retornez after they lost in the A event against them. Had a chance to play against them last night. Take them down. Go home, get some sleep, come back out at 12:30, and you're up against the world number 4 team and Brad Jacobs. Take them down. And here we are for them, an opportunity in the C event to move on and get themselves into the playoffs.
Yeah, Team Libbus really embracing that giant killer role. They've had some tough games, so and Carruthers, of course, playing shorthanded here too. They only have 3, so it's a long day for anyone. But with them only on 3 players, it's a really long day. Somebody's really putting in extra duty sweeping.
15-9.
So first shots are underway. As we get going early in the game here for both teams, they've already had a bit of a long day. For them, are you going to see a bit of a feel-it-out process, or are we going to see some aggressiveness right off the hop?
Yeah, you know, we see Team Libbus already going after that center guard, so I feel like they're going to be going right after it. We've seen that kind of all week here at the Astec Safety Challenge. A lot of aggressive plays, so I think especially with that no-tick rule, it really brings play to the center, and we're going to see game on unless Team Carruthers doesn't see something they like with the hammer, and maybe they bail on the end. But until then, I think we're game on here.
All right, so as we get going, Carter Negevin here. As noted, Team Carruthers has been playing with 3 guys all weekend long.
We're close, but
and, again, they're going to go at it again.
Oh, I think we're good.
A little bit of a local connection. Catlin Schneider playing for Team Carruthers. Lloydminster royalty, Dr. Daryl Hanley, relationship there. You know, I did see, what these guys have to do between games. Catlin was getting some work done, massage work done, athletic therapy done on his shoulder.
Let's play some curling.
A lot of sweeping, a lot of shots being thrown, especially as they go into their 3rd match of the day. But when you get to this point,
Here we go. Let's make this.
with an opportunity to get into the playoffs, make some money, which is all the reason why these guys come here, do those kind of injuries continue to nag on, or do you even feel it when you get out in this kind of competition?
You know, I'm sure they do, but by Friday afternoon, you're feeling it. The playoffs are in sight. The winner of this game, of course, qualifies on the C side and heads into the playoffs. So I think they'll be feeling it, but they'll be ready to go here and working through it.
Curl.
So
11-7. That's good.
first shots have been thrown. A little bit of a feel-it-out process. Carter still going to be throwing here for Team Carruthers. Again, last year, Team Carruthers made it all the way to the final against Team Cooey. If we look to the other sheet where we've got our friends Dusty and Lindsay taking over that game, Team Cooey versus Team Adine. In that match, you're going to have one of the world's best teams not make it to the playoffs tonight.
Yeah, it's
which
hard.
is huge news. over here, you've got a team that went to the final and a team that's an up-and-coming team in Alberta. They've made it to the playdowns in Alberta. They're going to be in Stettler later on this year. Thanks to the YouTube feed, I got told where provincials were. I didn't know where they were. For anybody who listened earlier, obviously I was on for the Libbus game, so I apologize in advance. You're going to get the opportunity to sit through another game with me. But Megan had to take the game off. Chris, who's been a long-time curling coach at Lakeland College,
Got a little
You
down.
bet.
along with Dusty and Lindsay, and
Close.
we all
Yeah.
know you were the
Wait on
real
me.
coach behind that, right?
Top
Oh, of
four.
course, yeah. And actually,
Little bit of
I did
running.
retire this year, so actually I somehow
touch the
retired
back
before
eight.
Dusty, which I'm
Mine's okay.
I'm surprised about. But
Back eight.
yeah, no, he's doing a great job with the program still.
Back
So.
eight. You're
A
deep
lot
in the
of knowledge in the booth tonight. A lot of curling knowledge.
So for tonight's game, you've got myself, you got Chris from
Right.
the technical. If you have questions about what's going on here in the rink, put them into the live chat. If you're wondering a little bit about Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center, we both got a lot of history with that.
think so.
And more than anything,
I didn't think it was
we've got
heavy,
an
and
exciting
then
game
it
here.
was
So,
running.
Team Carruthers,
Yeah.
looks like Carter Negavan up again. What are we looking to set up here with Carruthers with Hammer here in the first end?
Yeah, you know, it looks like we've got a pretty open end actually lining up here. Looks like they were going to try to maybe play aggressive, get one buried in there, and now just happy to feel the ice out, feel the other team out, and just play a pretty simple end here. It'll be a breeze through first end.
So even though Carruthers has played twice today, they played on sheet 5 this morning, then sheet 6, so it's the first time on sheet 4 today. Again, for anybody who hasn't tuned in, I'm sure everyone has known, but we did go through a bit of a scare here on December 24th.
I heard about this, yeah. Yeah, the ice makers really went to work, lost the ice plant on Christmas Eve, I believe, and worked 24-hour shifts over, 10 days to get the ice back into working conditions. So great work by Brian McClaskey and Graydon Lomas. And of course, we have Darren Molding here helping out as well. And that's one thing I don't think the sheet's going to matter too much because the ice has been so consistent across the board. So team should know what to expect.
Last year was minus, 45?
It was ridiculous, I remember, yeah.
So with the warmer temperatures outside, is there any effect inside the curling rink?
Yeah, and you know, I asked Brandon this question the other day too, and he thought very little actually. The ice makers are so well versed with the temperature swings that we see here, so likely not expecting a lot of difference. Less teams out there, so maybe the frost might creep in a little bit with a little less heat, but I think overall we're going to see some pretty nice ice conditions.
Catlin Schneider here with his first of 3 rocks here in the first end. Looking to peel out the back shot from Libbus, and he does. Nice and clean so far. Trading back blows on that rock in the back of the house.
Nose is good.
Yeah, going to be a really
Easy,
nice
right here.
quick end here, it looks
Try to
like,
roll
and
under.
expect we'll see game on the next end when the teams are comfortable diving into it here.
Now in the match this afternoon, it was said over and over and over again, Nathan Moberg was absolutely on fire. Locked in, put up a tremendous performance. Zach Pollock again from their second was awesome. They didn't miss at all.
Curl. Curl.
For a young team who's on a bit of a roll, how do you carry that momentum as a coach? What are you imparting to a team like that?
As a coach, I think I'm just leaving it alone. Whatever they're doing is working, so just letting them staying out of their head, and obviously they're feeling it, so let them get out there and start chucking again.
Now,
Oh yeah, I did miss it. Sorry.
behind the scenes, Astec has done a lot of work in Okotoks as well with the tournament, the ATB tournament in Okotoks. Mike Libbus, who
was
is
deeper than
down
I
in
thought. I was
Okotoks,
real
runs the
surprised.
curling club there. His son is Jacob, and I think we got to keep bugging him that he hasn't made his way up here yet. And I'm wondering in the comments, if they win tonight and get into the playoffs and win a playoff round, will we see Mike up here tomorrow? You got to think if they make it to the semifinal, Mike's going to be up here.
I would think, you know, the road conditions are great, the weather's great, so there's really no reason not to travel, so I think that's fair for sure.
All right, Catlin Schneider stepping in here for his second of 3. What are we looking for here, Chris?
I think they were maybe looking at actually freezing on this or possibly tapping it out. Tough to tell from the broom here, but I know it's been a pretty open end so far, so I suspect they want to continue that trend and keep it fairly clean.
All right. Looks like it's starting to break here a little bit. Gets it by the guard. Good sweeping there by Carter Negevin. And bumps it out. Perfect.
Yeah, with only one sweeper, he's really pulling his weight here for sure. Great,
You know,
great job sweeping there.
In the game earlier today, you know, they weren't on the stream or the live stream, but you look over and there was a lot of times where you'd see either Carter or Catlin jump up from their shot and start sweeping. And that's allowed.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the thing is with sometimes you see the skip, especially in juniors, jump up to help, but you really don't want them helping. The line call is so important. You want them to stay where they are, so you're better to, if you need to be, have that thrower come up and help.
Clean.
All right,
Clean.
Nathan Moberg stepping in
Whoa,
here.
whoa. Clean. Curl. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Straight. 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 Hard. Whoa.
Good sweep to get it around the guard, and again,
They're just making it look easy coming around that guard.
if he can do it, I can do it.
That's right. Such great weight control. Just pushed it out the back and
13-2.
sits there and
So
makes the
now,
next shot
when
difficult.
you're at this point in the end,
Yeah,
you played cat and mouse on the same rock, bang, 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 bang. So really, for Carruthers, he wants to just get out of here.
Absolutely, yeah. He's just looking to blank and carry that hammer in the next end and set up a multiple point score. So if anything, he's just hoping maybe for a mistake from Libbus here. But yeah, the teams have been playing so well and used to the ice. Obviously, haven't been on the ice today.
So I asked this earlier, and again, I had Megan with me this afternoon. And you know, you being a coach, playing a lot of 8-end games, are you a big believer as a coach you want to carry the hammer in the even ends throughout the course of the game if possible?
Yeah, you know, for me, it's never been, I mean, statistically it's important for sure, but the biggest thing is just when you do have that hammer, make sure you're taking advantage and you're efficient with it and scoring at least your 2 points. And when you don't, you're limiting the other team to 1. If you can keep doing that, you're going to win every game. So.
You can ever get
all right, Catlin Schneider there with his third shot. Again, came down, no problems, got around the guard. That rock starts to keep peeking out here a little bit more to the left-hand side.
I think mine don't curl.
So now trying to force a point here for Libbus. What's his angle of approach here?
Yeah, you know, it looks like he's probably going to try to flop in behind this maybe a little bit and make this a little tougher for Carruthers. Does break a lot here, but as you can see, it's tough to get there with much weight. So it's really wanting to hold out there, and it's coming out a little bit more every time. So.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob Libbus stepping in for his first shot here in the first end. After what's been a big day so far for the team, trying to get his first shot in.
Yep. Yep. Clean. Clean. Curl.
On this right away, but they're off it now, looking for a little more curl.
Hard curl.
Just a clean there from the guys.
Straight. Roll it away. Big roll.
Contact made, a little bit of roll.
Good.
And great shot. That takes away that underneath option, so Carruthers can't roll in behind there and sneak one in there for maybe generating a 2.
Good sweep. Good sweep.
Question on the feed, how cold is it in the rink? Well, I don't think it's cold, but
depends how much you sweep, I think.
I'm not wearing a track jacket out there.
That's right.
But yeah, it's definitely a little chillier in the rink right now to keep things consistent and to keep the conditions consistent across the entire event. We do have 2 different fan zones on each side of the rink. So, you know, at different points in time, you have anywhere between 150 and 200 people actually inside the rink. So controlling ice conditions and temperatures, obviously, at the forefront of the event.
Definitely, yeah. And tonight, of course, both feature games here are on the center sheet, so you're not quite as critical. But, yeah, it's nice to see the sponsors and their lounges, the Arby's Fan Zone and the MNP VIP Lounge. Full of fans here tonight cheering them on.
Reid Carruthers here with his first in 1.
No, it's good.
Looking for the hit and roll over to the middle.
Okay, let's get it under.
Would like to get that a little more undercover, but
I was thinking board this time.
You know, still makes Libbus deal with this.
Simpler and put it here. Board is a little more weight.
All right.
This is good for here. Yeah.
And again, truth be told, for Libbus, this is the first time they've been on sheet 4 in the matter of 3 games as well. So neither team
Four.
having any real advantage
Roll it
having
under.
played this sheet. So both in the same level, trying to feel some things out, get an understanding of what's going on. Jacob here with his final rock in 1.
Yeah.
I think Jacob, you'll see here, try to hit and roll under cover and make the blank opportunity just a little bit harder for Team Carruthers.
Jacob Libbus, final rock here in 1.
Curl.
Trying
Hard
to find
curl.
a little bit of a hit and stick,
Hard.
maybe a hit and roll if possible.
Hard. Hard. Keep going. Keep going.
Trying to find that inside of the rock, and he does, gets the roll. How much can you actually see there, Chris, of that
I
rock?
think they've got almost 3/4 of a rock, so should be fairly routine for Reid Carruthers here to come down, pick this out, and carry his hammer into the second end.
Well, a quick first end, which is great.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everyone breaking in. We're breaking in. Reid stepping in for his final rock here in 1.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, last year, made it to the final, had Brad Jacobs playing with him. Now back to being Skip Stones. Again, Catlin coming and joining the team as well. A little bit of a new look team for Carruthers for 2025 as they look to fight their way into the Olympic trials as well.
Yeah, and of course they lost Derek Samigalski as well, who's taking a break from the competitive game. So a big loss, but they're still finding a way to be competitive and play at a high level here.
Reid Carruthers with the hit and roll out. He will blank in end 1. Once again, end of 1. No score to report. We'll be back after a message from our sponsors.
L and ACPA, going beyond accounting and tax. The assurance that experienced professionals that care are committed to providing you financial confidence and helping you reach your goals. We listen, we analyze, we advise, we deliver.
Welcome back to the Astec Safety Challenge presented by Wild Rose Pump and Compression. We're back with second end action. Lead stones just being thrown. Michael Hendricks there with his first rock. Gets the center guard. Again, without hammer. I keep hearing this out of guys like Dusty and Lindsay while I was critiquing them the other day on their broadcast from my office in Calgary. When you don't have hammer, the goal is to get it to the middle of the ice as much as possible. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to cut down that scoring area, which is pretty much anywhere between those 2 4-foot lines on either side of the center line. The more you can eliminate that, then the harder it's going to make it on the team with hammer to try to score 2 or more in there.
So, again, there's been lots of rule changes. This year, you've got the 5-rock rule. You've got the no-tick rule if it's on the center line. So for some of the people that are out there, we've got some newer people on the call.
Top 4, half in the 4.
A little bit of experience from you. Want to explain us through those rule changes and what it means?
Yeah, so they're all basically designed to just create more offense. Of course, this wasn't a necessity many years ago, but teams have just got so automatic with these peels and taking away any guards or scoring opportunities from other teams that so the first 5 rocks, as long as they're in that free guard zone ahead of the tee line but outside of the house, then they can't be removed. They can be moved, just not removed from play entirely. And if they're on the center line, they can't be ticked off that center line at all. So that's such a critical spot.
So if they get ticked off the center line, what's the repercussion?
Yeah, so the non-offending team, they are called, would have the option of what to do with it, which in 99% of cases, I would assume they would just want to put it back, and the rock that was just thrown will be removed from play.
Just behind you here. Thank you.
All right. as we get going. I apologize to those. It is Connor, not Carter. My fault. As we get going, Connor Negevin with his second shot here in the second end. Looks like we're going to start coming into the house and lining some things up here quickly.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see a little more offense this end from the looks of it. So a little more of a traditional first end there. Usually teams will take a first end and kind of feel the ice out. So looks like it's game on here now for end 2.
Good shot there, right on top. Again, such an angles game, such a numbers game. You know, for Carruthers trying to find a way to 2 here. Getting everything lined up in particular ways and a different kind of angle. So much can change with a high heat shot.
Oh, yeah.
Granite flying everywhere.
We saw that a lot yesterday in the Ross White game. Just about every end they had 3. They'd have 2 in the house and 1 just in front of it. And by the next shot, there was just nothing left in play. So it's amazing how quick an end can change at this level.
So looks like
tight.
Jacob wants to
line.
see this
Roll
rock
down.
right in
Yeah,
on
line.
top of
Tight.
that red rock.
Tight.
Yes,
Guys
half
are
tight.
on it
Hard.
quickly, trying to
Just
drag
past
it
yellow.
by the
Hard.
guard.
both working on angles here.
Hard,
So
stay on
this
it. Keep going,
Carruthers
keep going,
wants
keep
to score
going,
more
keep
than
going.
1 here, and
Get
they
in,
are
get
sitting
in.
the 1. And Libbus trying to cut down that scoring area.
15-7.
So that separation,
Not a bad spot.
what does that do now for Reid
15-7.
Carruthers?
It does potentially open up
5-7.
this run back or potentially a run double, so they get rid of both of those. He would have liked that welded right on top
Those
of
angles
the
aren't terrible.
other rock belonging to Carruthers at the top there.
Like, I think he's sticking the guard to get rid of the other 2 yellows, so like he's sticking.
All right,
to.
Connor stepping in. Again, for those of you wondering why Connor's throwing 3 rocks, they're only playing with 3 guys this week, as their second is away coaching overseas. So guys rolling with 3 this week, so a lot of work for 3 guys. But again, great shot there for Connor. Move some granite around,
Material.
leaving 1 Libbus rock at the top of the button.
And even though Libbus' shot, it still
Yeah,
looks
it's
a
a little
lot
away.
better for them after that. The angles
He
are a lot
probably tries
better,
to go into the
and
corner,
less
but-
things
or the-
to hide around there for Carruthers.
This, I think he'll run a sliver straighter.
All right.
Should be cold. Just easy. Clean. Clean. Yep.
Rock coming
Yep.
in here from
Hard.
Team Libbus.
Keep going. Okay.
Looking to get a little bit of a hit and stick,
pretty
and
big.
he does.
10-9, yeah, that was
Zach Pollock again had a awesome game earlier today,
Wait.
and looks as though nothing's changing as he's moved into the next game here today.
And I think he would have liked to maybe just roll away on that one a bit. He did set up a somewhat makeable double here.
Catlin Schneider stepping in for his first of 3 here in the second end. As Chris said, looking for a possible double here. Hard on the sweep the whole way, has the angle, the hit, the roll, and slides off
Yeah, just
and
caught,
out. The shooter's gonna fall out.
spin back.
just caught it a bit too thick there.
It's out to me.
Over
Yeah.
curled on him a bit, and
Just guard it.
the result that yellow rock
Guard
of
at
Libbus will
Christmas
remain
tree.
shot and somewhat buried by that center guard.
Top 8, top 12.
Yeah. Top 8.
Okay, so
Yeah, top 12,
a
top 8.
little bit of a
kind of half buried.
Top 8, top 12.
mistake, I guess you could call
I'll
it.
give you tight.
Hard for me to call
Oh
these
boy, I
guys
guess
making
it's
mistakes, but
probably-
Yep.
a little bit of an opening here for Team Libbus to
I think it's a little quicker now.
make a force out of Team Carruthers.
Yeah, definitely in the driver's
I'll
seat
give you, like-
here. They've got that center guard and one sitting there right on the button, so neither one an ideal spot for Carruthers if you're looking to score 2 with the hammer here.
Line's
I
good.
think it's pretty close.
Ethan Molberg with his
Line's
first
good.
here in the second.
Line's okay.
Line's good.
Room
Both
now.
starting to
room.
get the brushes
Room.
going. Both guys stepping
Definitely
in,
room.
Got a
Got a
curl.
trying to drag
Hard.
this
Keep
all
going.
the way to
Hard,
the
come on,
8-foot.
push, hard,
Got a
push.
long way to
Hard.
go.
Okay, that's good. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah,
stuff.
like that a
Little
little bit
light.
deeper, but
16-4, I
still a
got.
great
I
line
think I
there.
was a
So
little
it'll
late on
force
that button,
Carruthers to likely deal with this right now.
Okay.
What was the split? Yeah, okay.
So again, most important
Yeah,
thing, obviously,
I didn't
taking out the
wanna
guard, but if
overthrow
they can
that, like
get
it's-
two,
Yeah,
great
I
for
I don't
them.
know.
definitely
That's
they'd be
not
very
bad
happy
at all.
to do
It's
that
only
here.
a
Looks
foot
like they
and a
are
half
lined up
short.
that he could potentially get both and roll away, which would be the ideal situation.
A little more curl and it's probably just as good.
Weight is there, hit is there, run back's there,
Very
and
nice.
gone. Good shot there from Caitlin Schneider.
Same draw.
Cleans up the house.
Yeah.
2 red rocks. Carruthers rocks up in front of the
Same
house.
kick, Just a bigger ad.
Last.
Yeah, just a great shot there and a
Is
bit
that
of a
the same?
miscue
Wait,
from Team
yeah.
Libbus. They had a chance to put a little more heat on him if that was a little
Okay,
deeper
same
and
kick,
maybe
more
kind of
ad.
half buried, take away that double, but left it there and Team Carruthers didn't miss.
Nathan Mulberg stepping back in for his second. Looking for the draw behind that Carruthers guard. How important is it that he keeps this above the
mine's
T line?
good.
right now?
Yeah, you know, it definitely is even
Mine's
more so
good.
if he didn't have hammer actually, or if
Room.
he did have hammer, I should
Little
say.
bit of
But
room.
you
Running.
know, he definitely wants to keep it above
Room
so they can't
again.
weld on top of that, and it's almost a free point at that point. You're not getting it out, so.
Hard. You're close.
Hey,
Hard.
Mike, nice to see the comment
Keep going.
online.
Hard.
2 Bonspiels this weekend. You got to have somebody else you could leave there. These boys are hot.
That's right.
We're going to have to find a way to get you up here this weekend. Maybe maybe Chris and I will come down and take care of the ice in Okotoks for you and get you up here so you can watch the boys.
A little less
But
ice.
good to hear from you. Nice to know you're watching tonight as your boys are having a great event up here in Lloydminster.
14-9.
All right,
Good
Caitlin
14,
Schneider
14.
stepping in for his
Pick
third
enough last
shot
time,
here
He
in
did
the
sweep
second
really
end.
pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like I think
Could be backed
if
up
we
a little.
dust that and sweep hard at the end, it's probably top 8 and perfect.
Carruthers trying to find a way to
Still a
create
little
some
bit last
offense.
Yeah, it sounds like they're talking about maybe
I
both
don't
of
mind
us
it. It was never
rolling,
close
so
to being tight.
get that off of the center and roll behind
I
that
think
corner
this
guard.
yellow's just in that corner.
Yeah, I'm surprised that.
Like their out turns coming back weren't really going nuts. So
That could just be going away.
Caitlin Schneider on the way with his final rock here in the second end. Connor now switching sides in the way that he's sweeping.
I need this to move so they can stick around.
Trying to manipulate some curl here. Gets it. Now Reid hard on it, trying to get it over behind the corner guard.
I don't know.
Solid shot. Didn't get the roll they were looking for.
We're
No,
probably
about as good as he could have done there, though, from the
I'd
looks of
rather
it.
freeze or
Just
change
barely
it.
pushed that out the back
And
and
this
got as much
kinda
roll as he
soft,
could.
no
So
pressure,
really nice touch there.
Easy? A little less even?
Amazing how
Yeah, I don't
much
mind board.
I had this.
Oh, less rice.
Yeah,
sweeping
here's Zach
moves
easy right
rocks.
here, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking that.
It's wild.
Yeah,
Really
he
is,
just
especially
break
as
hard
teams
or-
have kind
ran
of
and
taken advantage of the one sweeper, really carving.
No,
You know, there's been a lot of science behind sweeping, and the downstroke is so much more efficient than the
broke hard
backstroke,
at
so
the
to
end.
speak. So
Yeah, I had Zach here.
yeah,
so
teams have
maybe-
really taken advantage of that, and it seems to
probably
really
close.
impact the
Yeah.
game over the last few years.
Yours will probably curl sliver more than his.
So
Yeah.
Team Libbus is in their, arguably their 6th game of the weekend right now.
Yeah, but-
Schneider's in their
Yeah, I might be
7th.
getting
Or
inside
sorry,
enough.
Room with
Carruthers
less than
in their
yours.
7th.
You know.
How tired
so-
are these guys getting?
That's a lot of games, you know. Obviously, these guys have been there too, so they play a lot of long spiels. But you know, you get on the wrong side of the draw, you maybe fall down to the sea as they have, and you got to work your way back up there to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now again, you know, it's not like the 1980s where you're drinking and smoking and curling on the ice anymore. These athletes are well maintained. Sleep, recovery, massage therapy, in the gyms, doing things to get themselves prepared to play at this level. Amazing how the sport has changed over the course of time.
Yeah, especially as it came into the Olympics. See all the teams really put a more focus on being a higher performance athletes. So really see that transition. Just
Good
not
shot
the
there
role they'd
from
like there.
Jacob Libbus. Gets the hit and roll. Doesn't get it under cover, but still a good shot nonetheless.
What was the time?
10.
Reid Carruthers getting ready for his first as
Why
him and
I-
Caitlin Schneider decide on
Ah,
this
still
first
makeable.
shot.
curlable
Does
area and we're pretty
does he start setting the tone for
I think probably
possible
out in the wings is a little
blank
fresher
again,
and
or is he going to try and roll this under cover and try
Yeah,
and make a hard
it
shot
looks-
for Libbus?
especially based on where Catlin's broom is. It looks like they're definitely going to try to roll this to the corner one more time and hope for a miss, or maybe Libbus to put their next one out in the open so they can pop that out of there and score their 2.
30 minutes.
well.
All right, Reid Carruthers stepping in for his first of 2 here in the second end at the Astec Safety Challenge.
Essentially.
The rock was broken.
Been a quiet start to this game. Not many rocks in play. Lots of hits back and forth.
So that took
Nobody making any real major aggressive moves, but no major mistakes either.
No, last night we saw a lot of crooked scores up on the scoreboard. We saw some 4s, some 3s, so he's be a little more cautious now with the playoffs in sight here.
All right, Connor Negovin on the sweep, trying to get that rollover.
Accidental.
Gets the hit, and now Catlin helping him. Now that's a solid shot.
Oh yeah, just a beautiful roll there. So
That
Take
is
pretty
well covered.
it's going to force Team Libbus to chase
yeah, I
that
think
now,
he's a
and
Straighter this way.
maybe what
Yeah,
Carruthers
he's got it
is
from
looking
here,
for,
though.
just force them to shoot at something and get that miss and get your chance for 2.
So
right.
when
Like,
you're
you got
playing
enough
coaching,
you could-
They
I
get
think you'll be
12-5.
fine.
do most players have a
That's tough.
preference to in-turn, out-turn? What is their bigger preference?
Everybody seems to have one, but yeah, it's probably up to the individual player for sure. So I know kind of at our college level, we always find the out-turns are a little more prone to error. So, but at the end of the day, everybody kind of has a preference what they like to throw
sure he
too.
kills
So
first.
I'm sure it would extend to these higher performance athletes as well.
It's probably worth trying to stick around.
I just like to make contact.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know my out-turn's garbage, so I like the in-turns.
No.
All right. Jacob Libbus stepping in for his final shot here in 2.
We're getting lots of curl here. So.
Trying to find a way to
My weight was
poke
good
this
last
rock
end,
out,
12-5, maybe.
stick around with his shooter,
Yeah, similar.
try and make life a little difficult on Reid Carruthers so he doesn't get the blank.
As soon as we're by,
You really see on that last camera angle, it is really buried back there, so not an easy shot here at all.
Final rock for
Yep.
Team Libbus.
Yep, early.
Clean. Yep. Fire.
Guys are on it hard right away.
Whoa. Yep.
Trying to sneak it past the guard. I don't think they're by, Chris.
No,
Hard
they're
roll.
definitely on it, and you can hear them adjust for plan B here.
Hard.
Just won't quite roll in far enough, so it'll be an open draw for 2 for Team
Yeah.
Carruthers.
Fresh there, I think. And he was pretty soft.
All right.
Good sweep.
Reid Carruthers will have a chance at a draw for 2. Needs full 8 foot to make that happen. For a guy of
Yeah.
Reid's caliber, you got to think this is a pretty simple shot.
Yeah, and a great
roll
chance to
shot
just
at
try
him.
out the ice here. Really a kind of no
Yeah, I was
pressure
trying
draw,
for it.
so a nice spot to get that draw weight in your back pocket.
That was
Get on the board, get some momentum in this C qualifying match.
I give up 2, score.
Again, Team Carruthers in their 3rd game so far today. They've been here since 9 o'clock this morning. But no excuses when you get to this point. You want to make it to the playoffs and try and make some damage. With his final rock here in 2. Needs full 8 foot. 4-2. Connor on the sweep. Catlin coming to join him. Looking like they might be a little light.
14-7 should be.
Gonna make sure they get this one all the way into the 8 foot. And they do.
Right to
Even
the button.
better on the button. With
Made it
an
look easy.
exclamation point at the end of 2. It's Carruthers 2, Libbus no score. As we head to a break and a message from our sponsors at the Astec Safety Challenge.
I think we probably end up.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
All we're back for the third end of this C event qualifier between Team Carruthers and Team Libbus. Lead shots going out right now. First rock being thrown by Connor Negevin. Again, big 2 spot on the board for Team Carruthers in the second end, as a small mistake by Team Libbus, one they haven't made today, ends up costing 2. But lots of curling to be played, 6 ends to go, as Carruthers brings it into the house just on the top of the forefoot. One awesome part about these events locally being broadcasted on YouTube is the opportunity to see the entire team. Quite often when you're watching on TV, you don't get to see the lead shots.
Not a huge ad.
People always wonder how those guys are playing.
Whoa.
So, you know, being online,
Good.
great
Halfway,
opportunity to see
little try,
everybody, the leads and all the
Just a little
shots throughout
tight.
the game, as
Half
Michael
high.
Hendricks
Line's
steps
tight.
in right now to
Gotta go
make
wait.
his first shot.
Just shy of the middle dot.
Hard, hard, hard.
One thing that
See the
you
middle.
can't
Go fast.
forget
Keep
about
going,
these
keep going.
events is you can't do these things without great people, great volunteers.
9.
There's been nothing but a ton of people that have been a part of the Astec Safety Challenge to make these things come to fruition. You've got amazing sponsors. You got great guys here helping us with the production. Most importantly, we got great food,
Absolutely.
which is great. I love seeing the facility being used like this. It's awesome to see.
It smells amazing. in
Lloydminster's
here.
been home to so many big events, and we're well known for all the great things that this community can do. So having this event being held here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center is just another notch on our belt.
Absolutely. You know, even thinking back a decade or more when we hosted Hockey Day in Canada, like really puts Lloydminster on the map. And here we are in the second year already of the Astec Safety Challenge. The top teams in the world here in Lloydminster. Canada's only border city. You couldn't ask for more.
And speaking of Hockey Day, next
No, that
weekend
was
Hockey
an
Day is going to be in Canmore. So another great event. It's always nice. Hockey Day in Canada is a great event. It was an awesome time when it was here. I think you were on council at that
More.
time.
I was, yeah. And it was, I remember it was an abnormally warm January, too. Like, I think we were kind of
Line's
facing
good.
the same weather.
Through,
I think we're
up
in a freezing warning.
Well,
Freezing
again, we
rain
had a-
warning
Yep,
here tonight.
yep.
We
so-
had an ice problem.
Top
Yeah,
12,
we did. We
I remember
actually had an
that.
ice problem, yeah.
So
Which is not usually a problem in
Top 12.
Alberta in
Whoa,
January.
line's
But
good. Wait on, keep going.
yeah, weird.
Keep going.
But again, Lloydminster's been known for great events, and the Synovus Hub is under construction.
It's good, nice.
And
4, 6,
heard
4,
rumors.
8, sorry.
4-6, 4-8.
heard rumors that maybe this event might go over to Synovus Hub next year. But again, lots of planning would have to go into that. But you want to have a Grand Slam feel. That would be a Grand Slam feel for an event that it wouldn't be one.
4-7.
But
4-8.
again, the prize money these guys are playing for, $125,000 purse, $9,000 for the teams if they make it into the playoffs tonight. Does that weigh in on your mind at all as you're playing right now?
Yeah, you know,
Those are pretty good.
definitely has to, I would think. You spend enough money, and
Yeah, it's
luckily
well.
they all have great sponsors that we'll get to here. These two teams both have some great sponsors behind them, but definitely when you put in the grind like these guys have over this weekend, do you want to come home with a little something and make the trip worth it?
Hit 'em on
Absolutely.
top with four.
When you get to this level, you've practiced as much as you've practiced. You've had your family involved in your success. Doesn't matter what you're doing, sport,
Try and
business,
make this.
anything professional. Everybody has lots of support systems to be able to
Okay,
get to
half
this point in their careers.
It's a little, I
You
think
know,
it's
again,
it looks
obviously
like
the
right
ultimate
here.
goal for any curler is to get to the Olympics
little
and the
left.
Olympic trials,
We can
which
hold on
we're
this
in the
side
middle
if
of
we
that procedure right now. We saw
I don't mind
Yeah.
half a broom.
obviously Brett Gallant and Jocelyn,
That's good.
his wife, were
Okay,
off at the
nice
mixed
hack here,
doubles
get away,
last week
right?
in Nova Scotia. Now have the opportunity to represent Canada at the Worlds and hopefully make it to the Olympics in Italy. But again, the ultimate goals for these guys is
down,
obviously to be
please.
an Olympian.
Yeah, you really saw the game change
Whoa.
when curling
Yep.
became an official Olympic
Whoa.
sport. So see a lot of changing of teams now. It's almost like the free agency you see in some of the big sports like NHL. It's
Wait for
it's
it.
fun as a fan, I have to say.
Everybody's trying to find an advantage, right? A competitive advantage or a reason. And yeah, we've seen a lot of switching in the last, it looks like last 18 months. We've had a lot of things go on. And again, everybody just wants to peak at the time of the Olympic trials.
Definitely.
And it happens every 4 years. It's not like a World Championships or a Briar. To
once
be
you
able
got
to
to
wear the
back 12.
Canadian flag on your chest and represent your
Twelve
country at the
three.
Olympics is no bigger honor.
Yeah, got to be a very special feeling, I'm sure, and why these guys put so many hours into their sport.
Wonder if
That'll
these guys
go.
need an equipment manager.
Somebody
I
like
could carry the
Yeah,
bag
there
or
we go.
something
Yeah.
in Italy next
Trip to
year.
Italy, yep.
All right, back to the action. People are saying, hey, Kyle, get engaged on what's going on here. So we'll get back to the action. Catlin Schneider stepping in.
And Team Carruthers not taking it easy on Libbus here. They're really kind of controlling this end and making Libbus chase them, which as the team without Hammer is definitely where you want to be.
So when you're coaching and you get to know these guys and you're with them all the time, you start to learn some tendencies, you start to learn some comfort. Again, you're still playing a game where you're against another team. You can't control everything.
No, and being only a 4-person game as opposed to a lot of sports too, the sums are so important as a part of the whole too. So you want everybody kind of pulling together and on the same page. And if one person struggles, the whole team can struggle pretty easily. So it's very important the personalities, everybody's in the right frame of mind and out there to play.
So do certain teams, like when you're watching their tendencies or watching things that they do the statistics weigh into different game plans and decisions based on their strengths and weaknesses of the other team? Or are you more focused on just what you can control?
Yeah, at our level, it's more what you can control and executing your game plan, but there's a lot of stats when you play at this level out there, and maybe teams a little weaker on the in-turn or out-turn, say, or a little stronger in their hits or whatnot, so I'm sure that would come into play coaching at this higher level.
Good shot there from Zach Pollock. Taking one out and a little bit of a rollover on top of Reid Carruthers' rock in the 4-foot. Now for Reid Carruthers, wants to hold Libbus to 1. Doesn't want to give anything too crazy away here. As a team trying to steal or hold a team to 1, you want to have more rocks in play, I would assume.
Yeah, and just especially take away that scoring zone in the center. That's the big part, and not allow them to get too many in there where you could give up a big end with one shot. They're sitting first and third here, so in pretty nice spot. Well, it's tough to tell if they're third back there or not. Maybe fourth, but Reid's not going to waste much time taking out this yellow rock that Libbus is now.
Question on the chat online. What time is the final going tomorrow? The final will go at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, barring any extra end games in the semifinal. But again, at 2 o'clock tomorrow will be the final, and it will be broadcasted on YouTube. Again, everyone wondering, hey, why the heck are these guys finishing on a Saturday? Well, they're finishing on Saturday because they got to get to Guelph, right?
We're blowing it up
those Grand Slams are huge points and world ranking points.
Might be able to get everything.
And being in Lloydminster, we're 2 hours and 20 minutes from a major airport, whether you're going to Edmonton or Saskatoon. So an ability for these guys to come and showcase their talents here at our club, and then get to the Grand Slam next week.
I think it really speaks to the quality of this event that they're all here. The teams that are going to be in the Grand Slam, a lot of them are here, even with that tight turnaround. But such a good event with money and points on the line that they want to be here, and quick turnaround to Guelph, like you say.
I think we just make sure we score here, right? Like it's not.
All right, Nathan Mulberg stepping in.
I'm not worried about not making contact, I don't think.
What is Skip Libbus looking for here, Chris?
It looks like it's 6.
Yeah, it looks like he's maybe trying to run this back and get rid of a whole lot of red here. That scoring zone's pretty pinched down there now, so
I think we just bail and
needs to. He's at that point in the end. He still has time to bail here and maybe set something up so we can get that deuce back.
All right. Nathan pulls back and pushes off. Coming with some heat. Guys are jumping on it quick, trying for the run back. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, what a shot there.
That might be the shot of the week.
And again, Nathan Mulberg, who had a ton of run backs in the game this afternoon, comes through with another mega shot here in the third end.
Just a great shot that really changes the complexion of the end for Team Libbus here.
That's the main.
Well done.
I liked it a lot.
Granite moving, action happening, and with high weight, everything cleans up. No junk left. Now for Reid Carruthers, trying to find something, get in behind those yellow guards on the other side.
Yeah, definitely. Just to continue to put the pressure on. They did get a little fortunate. They still have one rock there that's shot in the 8 foot. So if they can sink another one in here, it forces Libbus with very few rocks left here now to deal with that.
Caitlin Schneider looking to keep this above the tee line, bring it across behind those guards. Connor hard on the sweep, changing sides, trying to manipulate the way this one's coming in. Looks like he's got himself a fully buried shot just above the tee line. Good shot there from Caitlin Schneider.
So,
Really nice spot there. He did slip a little further than he wanted, maybe left this double that Libbus is looking at now.
The other option is this.
I've got a
All
thin
right.
third to a quarter.
Do you ever like this?
I don't mind it. I'll take a look.
Our other feature game on sheet
Nathan's
5.
going to head down and have a conversation with his skipper. Let's see if we can hear what they have to say.
That's the only problem. Like, I'm worried you do this maybe.
Yeah, and
Kinda
then we're
game over
open
for
and
that
it's,
one. Like if
it's
you
real
miss
thick,
this,
yeah.
it's
No, I
open.
agree, I agree.
Or you can play this and it's really good.
Do you ever run this into that one?
You could, but if you miss, he puts it back and it's his color. I'd rather play
Well, it's
this.
the same as playing, yeah.
I'd rather play this one to stick.
I don't mind your hack and roll under.
I kind of like that too. Lets me play. It leaves that one for me too.
I think the double's too flat to actually make it. Like, we'd have to throw a bomb, so hack and roll under keeps our guard there, and pretty good if we make it.
I think you're throwing a 12.
So Chris
12?
looking for the hit and roll undercover.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion on that, and they felt the double was a little too flat.
Go
so,
hard on the red
as
here.
you could hear,
I'm having
Libbus
fun.
say, leave that for me. So
Is that max or is
they're
that close
gonna
for
be
12?
looking for the hit and roll underneath this red one here.
I might have sliver
Great
less
communication
on,
there, though, between the team and the skip.
Okay, let's make this good.
But
Skip
again,
the weight right here, boys.
Jacob looks very confident in what he wants to do.
Definitely, yeah.
You notice there in that conversation with Nathan, yes, he's hearing the opinion, but again, sticking with his original plan. This is the shot he wanted to do off the get-go before Nathan came down. Sticking with it, and you can see the confidence continuing to build. That's what the skipper wants. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, the team's bought
Nathan
in.
here with his final shot in 3.
Whoa, whoa, clean. Yep, yep,
Guys are starting to jump on it.
yep.
Need to get it by the guard,
Curl.
and it's by. Now we need the roll. The hit is there, and the roll.
Go.
Good shot there by Nathan Mulberg. Gets a little bit of a kickback at the end.
Yeah, nice spin there at the end for them.
Perfect, I think.
11-8. Weight was good.
Really
Well
nice shot.
done.
Everybody likes the triple. Nobody likes the hard hack run and roll.
Really
Pretty
puts the
good.
pressure on Reid here. You know, that run back is there, but if you ever drive it by, all of a sudden you could be looking at giving up a 3 here.
A very proud sister on the chat, Daniela, cheering for Nathan and the team. Thank you for tuning in tonight to watch this game here at the Astec Safety Challenge. Reid Carruthers coming down for his first shot.
Yeah, it was the one that was already kind of lined up.
Yeah.
All you had to
Just hit the top one and this everybody's dead silent. That was a hard shot.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
As I was in the hack, I was like, I don't know if I can see enough of this.
Stepping in.
I kind of like put the broom down.
They're pretty close. Could have gotten tighter by the guard too.
Oh yeah, you had lots of room.
Mix this wrong and make the double and roll under, and he's in trouble.
Just looking for the straight run back here.
Never misses this high side.
Rock on its way. Looking for the straight run back. Sweeping hard.
There's
And
kind of
the
the
miss.
worst case scenario that we were looking at. All of a sudden, Libbus here in the driver's seat.
So,
Well, so bite 4 then.
bit of a door opening.
If
Right
he bites
now,
4, he can't
Libbus
three
sitting 2.
or make the roll.
Yeah, I think
Gonna
it's
get
one
his
of
third rock in.
these. Yeah, that's good.
Setting himself up for what could be a really big end here.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is you just don't want to hand that opportunity back. So get this in a good spot, sit your 3, and Reid's only got one rock left, so he's going to have to decide how to deal with this, and he's going to have to make a good one with his last one.
If we're half open up here, I guess it's going right into that, right?
Okay, yeah, I like it.
So what's key here on this shot? What is the key part to what Jacob's trying to do here?
You know, basically not set up a double and not be behind the tee. So I haven't seen exactly where they want to put this, but I'm guessing maybe kind of that half buried top 4, maybe fully buried there. If they ever leave an opening for Carruthers to freeze to it, it really takes away that chance for 3 for sure, maybe for 2.
Looks like we've got a young fan over there in the VIP lounge that loves Tyler Tardy. Unfortunately, we're not getting that. We're not on the Cooey game, but a fan favorite of Tyler Tardy over there.
Nice.
Great to see all the fans, young and old, out here today.
Great crowds the entire time as we watch Jacob's first shot here in 3. Trying to get this behind the guard, above the tee line, as Coach Chris has said. Guys are, kicked a rock there.
Hard finish. Little more. Yep. Hard. Really nice sweep, boys. That's really good.
Okay, so what happens with the rock you kicked?
So they'll have to try to get that back to the spot where it was as best as they can. Good shot on the replay here. You can see it was just kind of on the quarter of that B on the Bar Engineering, another great sponsor of ours here.
But no other repercussion, right?
No, they'll just agree to where it was and carry on. So
slap on the wrist and away you go.
Luckily, it wasn't a scoring rock or anything like that, where it could complicate things.
Now, again, if the rock's moving and there's a touch, rock's burnt.
That's right. Yep.
But because it's stationary, they can agree to disagree on where it should be.
Yeah, and again, the non-offending team does have the option what to do with it, but you know, it's still a game of sportsmanship, and generally teams will just kind of decide where it was and carry on.
So Team Libbus didn't get that one undercover like they were hoping for. Didn't get it as low as they were hoping for. Is there a double possibility there for Reid Carruthers to try and limit the damage?
You know what,
here
it doesn't look like it's actually a really good spot. It's kind of forced Team Carruthers here into looking at a potential draw or a hit and roll to the back to take this away, so which is a much tougher shot. So all in all, a really good shot there for Team Libbus. Reid doesn't make this perfect, then Libbus is going to have a chance for 3 and a chance to take the lead here.
So he really has no choice but to get rid of some granite here, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you can try to draw in behind there, but it's unless you have to, it's a pretty gutsy call. You don't want to go into a 2-point deficit, give up a big 4 here this early in the game. So you definitely want to get something moving, and worst case, at least you're getting rid of 1.
All right, Reid Carruthers with his final rock here in 3. Trying to get a hit and roll under cover. Gets the hit.
Stays right there in the open.
No roll.
Wide open hit for.
So Libbus. As it sits right now, Team Libbus sitting 2 and 3. Pretty easy call on what they need to do to find a way to get 3 in this end. This hasn't been a problem for the last 2 games they've played, so Jacob going to settle in here for his opportunity at 3 and take the lead in this C-event matchup.
Yeah, and after a blank, we thought maybe looking at a lower scoring defensive game, and here we are with a 2 and a chance for 3 in the first 3 ends here. So.
Easy feels similar, you think, to last game?
All right, 3rd end, opportunity for 3. Go through your process and deliver. Jacob Libbus for 3 here in end number 3.
Yep. Right to it.
Rock is on its way. Guys are saying it's good. Nathan says it's good. Front end says it's good. And the crowd is clapping as Team Libbus will take 3 in the 3rd end. And we will break off here for a message from our sponsors at the Astec Safety Challenge.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
All right, welcome back to end number 4 at the Astec Safety Challenge here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center. Lots of shout outs on the chat. Exciting for people online. It's exciting for us. We're having a blast here. Crowd's starting to get into it as we anticipate some amazing playoff games tonight. But before that happens, these 2 games on the ice right now are trying to fight their way into it. Team Libbus has a big end in 3. Finds 3 to take the lead at 3-2. Over in the other game beside us, we've got Team Adine and Team Cooey playing the third end right now. Adine is up 2-1 on the defending champion Kevin Cooey, but I have a hunch that game's not over yet either.
Well, that's two really good teams there. So Adine is up by 1 with Hammer too, but I feel like that one's going the distance.
All right, so Libbus finds a way to get 3, take the lead. In your opinion, as a great coach, lots of accolades, lots of wins, working with some great athletes like Lindsay. I don't know if that's a claim to fame or not, but you know, if you're coaching Team Libbus right now to find a way to limit Carruthers, what are you going after? What's your angle of attack here?
Yeah, you know, obviously their game plan's working. I think you just want to put the pressure on Carruthers here. You saw Carruthers really doing it to Team Libbus and getting some ground in there until that really nice triple takeout there. So I think they want to return the favor here and really put the pressure on Carruthers and make them shoot at them for a little while.
All right, good shot in there by
Sorry, I thought we were calling
Michael
wide for a bit. I
Hendricks.
thought you were going to have to go.
Getting some things as close to that center line as possible, putting him in that no-tick area, which is... Has it helped with the offense in games?
Yeah, I feel like it has. I don't know the statistics behind it, but it feels like games have more scoring. They're higher scoring, and you know, games are, you're not seeing those multiple blank ends quite as much. So I think it's generated some excitement for the game and probably forces the teams to come up with some new strategies.
Well, last night we definitely had some high scores. What game were you broadcasting last night?
We were doing the Ross White game, which was again another fairly high scoring game too. So. Yeah, some really high scores there last night.
How's your arm feeling?
So, again, the days of trading rocks back and forth, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, those days are long gone.
Like
yeah, you're not seeing the 1-0, 2-0 games much anymore.
You know, when you look back on people that you looked up to when you were young curler, who was your go-to team?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I grew up with a lot of great curlers. When I was starting out, actually, Kerry Burtnick of Manitoba was one of the ones I really looked up to. And Jeff Stoughton, and being Albertan, I have to be a good Albertan. There was obviously the Kevin Martin rink was good for so many years.
Something up for him.
And with bringing on John Morris, Ben Hebert, and Mark Kennedy, I mean, just some great teams we've had over the years.
So when you were in Manitoba, did you take on that on-the-toe slide, or did you stay flat-footed?
Well, I never actually lived there. I was just a fan, but believe it or not, I was a toe slider. So maybe I did have a little more Manitoba influence than I thought. So
that was a 15-3 on there.
The Manitoba tuck, we call that.
Yeah. So many good curlers out of Manitoba. Obviously, Carruthers, a Manitoba team.
Yeah, 15-3 was tight.
It's fun to watch in different styles, and you still see McEwen, even though he doesn't play out of Manitoba anymore, still has the corn broom. What is the story and the history behind the corn broom?
I'd like to know. There's the odd guy that just refuses to to give them up. I think it's become kind of a trademark. So there can't be many of them out there anymore. They're going to be getting hard to find, I would think.
Because Matt Dunstone still has the corn broom that he shoots with. McEwen is another one. Stoughton, Burtnick, all these guys had it.
Yep.
So maybe somebody in the chat will know what the story is.
Yeah, I'd love to hear a little more of the story behind those.
That's not bad.
All right. Looks like we've got some garbage here in front and lots of rocks in place so far.
Yeah, we sure do. Libbus sitting pretty nice here now, but they did slip behind the tee line with that one, so chance for Carruthers to possibly weld on there, but that would really cut down his own scoring area, so we'll see what he does here.
You know what the answer is? Run triple and hack chase.
All right. Connor Negevin stepping in for his third shot. No, I'm not losing my mind. Yes, he is throwing his third shot.
Not right now.
Once again, if you're just joining us, Team Carruthers is playing with 3 this week, and it hasn't been a problem so far.
Yeah,
so Connor stepping in for his third here in the fourth end.
Nice for it too. Like I find like
looking to move some granite, I think here, Chris.
The heaviest rock that we throw is that, and it's okay, right? It's close.
No run back, just moves the one guard. Is that a positive, negative?
Yeah, I think he's still happy with that. Obviously, with the hammer, he wants to clear off anything he can off the center. So would have liked to have caught either one of those on the way back, I'm sure. But overall, a positive result. It's one less guard up front. But I think you're going to see Libbus just put that right back up there.
So if you're Carruthers right now, there's 2 Libbus rocks in the rings. Right? Looks like
but you got to be
we're going to see some more put up front here. At what point do those rocks become a concern?
Yeah, you know, he's probably by your second rock or into your third rocks, you're starting to get a little more cognizant of them and maybe starting to want to deal with them here. As long as Libbus keeps putting up more rocks with him for him to deal with here, it's going to be tough to deal with the situation right in front of him.
All right. Zach Pollock stepping in.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Looking for that run back. And it's out. Well done. Good shot there by Zach Pollock. Cleaning up some of the Carruthers rocks in front of the house.
I'd like to just stuck a little closer to the center there, but overall a pretty good result. May have set up a double here. We'll see.
So halfway through the end right now, 3 Libbus rocks in the rings. Catlin Schneider stepping in for his first of 3.
I don't know if that other double's there.
And he's moving rocks. Well on its way. The hit and the run back.
Just jammed it. You know, it's still a decent result, though. He did roll behind cover there, so got rid of one. Would have liked to got both and roll under cover as he did, but still a pretty positive result here overall.
So is that red Carruthers rock that's undercover, is that something that's going through Jacob's mind right now, or does it really matter?
No, absolutely, especially given that the way that yellow is lined up with it. I think he's going to want to deal with it pretty quick here.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, as Carruthers, you want to get behind those corner guards, and that's where you're going to get your multiple points. So Libbus recognizes that. It's going to want to deal with it right away.
So we're going to see him run that yellow rock right back on the red. Yeah. Where does he want that yellow rock to go after there's contact? Does he want it to roll it back in front of his?
So the one he's hitting, I think he'll want to stick right there and kind of take away that corner guard a little bit. And looks like he's maybe looking to roll a shooter the other side and kind of do the same. So
okay. That's why we have Chris on the broadcast. He's the technical. And, well, I have a face for radio, so that's why they don't put me on camera very often. But here we go. Nathan Mulberg with the shot for Team Libbus. Looking to run that yellow rock back onto the red. We get the hit, we get the run back. And both rocks stay in the rings and split across pretty darn evenly.
Yeah, pretty nice. Would have liked to seen it curl just a little more, and did stick around the rings though, so they're sitting 3. Pretty nice spot here.
And that yellow rock on the other side undercover?
Yeah, but at least partially for sure. So yeah, it's gonna did leave a bit of an opening here for Carruthers to still get around that corner guard and maybe try to get second shot here at least.
We're running red now though, right?
All right. Reid Carruthers calling for the draw undercover under his red rock. Catlin Schneider stepping in with his second.
Close to medium. Thought the weight was good.
Yeah, just looking for second shot here and tucked right behind that guard. That'd be a pretty nice result.
All right, good shot there
Really
by
nice.
Catlin Schneider.
Like, it's coming out
Skipper's
the other
happy.
side now.
Connor gets a breather.
Maybe popped out the other side here a little bit.
I
See a
can
great
barely
camera
see
angle
any
there.
of it.
Maybe
Like,
just
I
a
don't know if I
sliver,
can
but
see any of it.
this level, that's maybe
This is
enough.
an option. It's just if you're ever thin, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. How deep is it? I think it's top 4.
What?
I think the.
Mike,
All right, boys trying to
I think you can make this, but if you
figure
rather
out what
go
they
this,
can
it's
see
good.
and which way they want to
I
run it
think
back.
this is real hard.
Nathan's going to
I
make
don't
his
mind
way
the run.
down.
Sliver low.
Some good discussion
A
here
little
talking
bit.
about
Nope, now he's coming all the way.
Like I don't have any of it.
Wants to
Jake.
take a closer look.
And
We'll
we're
tune in
coming
to
way
see
out
what these
here.
guys
Like,
have
we've
to
only
say.
got 8 feet to curl in from here.
There's a lot of curl on this side, but it's up to you. I don't care. Whichever one you're going to make. I just think this is
I
like.
think the runs are working right now. Worst case, it opens it up, and we're not looking at it, anything too bad. You'd hate to tick the guard. I think you'd hate to tick the guard on the chase here. Let's just make this run.
I think I'll just give you a nose and you curl a little.
Yeah, I think low nose.
I think he's
and
decided on the run back here.
Well, as you heard, wants to run
a
back.
little less.
Worst case, opens it up.
Very good.
This young man has been nothing short of spectacular all day. I have no doubt that this is going to work out, and you'll see the run back here. Nathan Mulberg stepping in for his second here in the 4th end.
Definitely a young team that just seems to be getting better and better every year.
Yep. Whoa. 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 No.
Not the run back, but the jam.
Really close, but at the end of the day, not much different there.
Tough one. Good throw.
Okay, so he gets the run back. It jams, doesn't get
It's
it to
open now,
roll.
and it's yellow.
For Reid Carruthers, what is the next step here? Opportunity to score a few.
I think you're probably going to. I was going to say I think you'll want to ignore that middle one, but now he's kind of looking at it here maybe. But possibly a chance to set up 3. You know, you've got a few rocks left here,
Runs pretty
so
straight there with peel.
chance to might be inclined to just hit that open one, but maybe a chance to do something else here too and set up more than 2.
Is there any benefit to hitting the one at the bottom of the forefoot and rolling under his red?
Definitely is. I just think it opens up a bit of a freeze opportunity for Libbus then, and that could really take away this end from him. So, I mean, if you don't deal with it, then maybe Libbus does lock it on there somehow or guard it, and it becomes tougher to deal with. So, yeah, it's a risk-reward decision.
Oh, look at that. Now they're talking about the one that I'm thinking. Don't do that, boys. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I don't know anything about this. Okay. Catlin's made his way back to the hack.
Wow. On the plus side.
Reid's still looking at this.
I think they are going to try to hit this one, deal with it now, and roll to a spot that's going to be tough for Libbus to deal with it.
Okay, Catlin Schneider stepping in for his final rock here in 4.
Dead Barry, are we throwing the run back or are we free?
I don't mind
Probably
the
free.
chase here. Like, he's got
Looking
so
to
much
get
room to chase
some
now.
roll
We
off
know it goes sideways.
that rock at the bottom of the forefoot. Control weight. Gets the hit, trying to find some roll. Reid with the sweep. Solid
could
shot
freeze.
there from
It's a little
Catlin
risky.
Schneider.
Like,
Carruthers sitting
you make
1-2.
this and you've probably got a
Not a
double
bad
on your
spot, but
next
it
or open
does
hit,
give
so don't
Libbus a
him
chance to maybe sit on top of
We've
that
got a
and
lot of it now.
really take away the multiple scoring ability here of
Here's
Team
not
Carruthers
bad,
in
but
Throw
N4.
it an end ago, 2 ends ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like you can throw it with board now too,
I'm good
right?
with throwing
Jacob
that.
tries
I
to
like it.
sit
He's
right
got
on
plenty
top
of
of that
space.
one, make
Slide.
the scoring area really small.
Probably board. Like you're trying to roll the.
If he doesn't lock onto it,
Yeah.
he's setting himself up for a world of hurt.
He could be. He
Yeah.
could be looking at giving up 3 here if he
Okay, board.
if he doesn't maybe say just tap it and roll to the open. Then all of a sudden you're in some trouble. So definitely a point where you got to be pretty precise here
Yeah,
and pretty
just across
confident what
center.
you're calling.
I don't think we want to.
So it looks
I
like
think we
they're
try
going to
and
go
set up a
after
double
that
on the
red
next
rock
if he misses the
at the
roll,
top
right?
of the 8-foot. Try and roll over to the middle of the ice
wow.
as much as possible. Agree?
Yeah, I think they're kind of thinking the same thing. Want to get rid of something where they can here and not give up a big end. You know, you just scored a big 3, so you don't want to hand it right back.
I think this will be close.
All right, Jacob Libbus stepping in for his first here in the 4th. Important shot here.
Yep. 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 Yes.
Michael Hendricks on it quickly.
Quick.
Need to get it by that guard, and he has done that. The kick and roll needs that one to stay. Really needs it to stay, and it doesn't.
Just a little more weight than he wanted, but they also had to sweep it to get it by there. Remember in the second end, that's where they overcurled and ticked that guard too, so probably a little, had that in the back of their head maybe, a little cognizant of that. Chance for Reid to sit 2 here now, possibly both behind cover.
It's a 9.
All right, hole open here for Reid Carruthers. What does he got to make sure he doesn't do?
Well, I think at the end of the day, he wants to maybe just show a piece of this rock here to Libbus, and but just not enough to set up a double. That would be end over for sure. So you want in a spot that Libbus can't run it into the other shot rock there now and take out both and really take your end away.
Reid Carruthers gathering his thoughts here on his first shot in the 4th end. And here we go. Connor's on clean early. No major sweeping though.
This looks a little bit heavy here maybe.
Looking for this one to go. And curl. And there we go.
Definitely a little deeper than we would have liked it, and maybe left that double here for Libbus now.
Medium? You got all of it? Like,
All right, so you can see arguably half of that rock.
Firm.
firm?
Can he come down with full weight and get those rocks out of there?
Medium either.
Maybe not
Just to try and
not
get
like a
that
peel
curl
weight,
a
but
little on
as much as you would probably use on a regular double anyway.
I think medium
That
is
center line out, it really seems to move pretty well at the end. So I think he doesn't have to worry too much about this. He can throw a fairly normal
Yeah.
hit and still possibly get
Let's make it
both
good.
going here. Doesn't have to get to the inside of it for sure.
medium?
You can say medium there. So
Medium.
he's
So
just throwing
trying
kind
to
of a nice
lose those
control.
2 Carruthers rocks.
Not a
Where does he
little
want his
bit
shooter to
off,
go?
You know, if he removes both of those, I don't think he's really going to be
Oh,
too
yeah, I got
concerned where it
lost.
is. Ideally, it's obviously going to roll a little bit to the left, but in behind that guard
So one more
as we're looking at it. But really, at the end of the day, he just wants to make both those go away for sure.
All right, Jacob. You heard it here. Chris is calling your shot. Time to answer the bell. Jacob Libbus with his final shot here in 4.
Please. Whoa.
Needing to remove 2 Carruthers rocks.
Hard curl.
Zach Pollock on it hard.
Hard.
He's by the guard. They've got the hit. Now they have got to hurry. Hurry and hurry.
Pretty nice result. They do sit 1-2, so
boy.
not quite enough to get all 3.
Libbus is 1-2.
Well,
Good.
before I say that, maybe that is a little close for 2 too.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Making things interesting.
There's nothing easy about
What do
that.
you think, Kyle? Is that red or yellow second shot there?
No, I meant like
In the
first
chat,
we're easy.
what is it? Is it Libbus second shot or Carruthers second shot right now in the 12-foot? We believe it's yellow. Reid Carruthers stepping in for his final shot. We believe it's for 1.
Yeah, 1 and a measure for 2 probably.
9-2. 9-2. Plus 9-5 is perfect.
And it's underway.
Absolutely.
Looking for a hit and stick. Reid Carruthers needing to get on top of that rock in the 4-foot.
Yellow.
And he's done that.
Yeah.
All right. Susan says red.
Jeez,
Daniela
that's a
says
lot.
yellow.
Oh, no measurement here. So the
No
team's-
measurement.
team's
So
decided.
we believe it's 1 for Carruthers, but we're going to find out when we get back from the break as we get a message from our sponsors here at the Astec Safety Challenge.
Side with it.
The official soundtrack to Canada's only border city. 1061, The GOAT. Stay connected with mylloydminsternow.com. The GOAT. Everything that rocks. 1061, The GOAT.
Playing to the middle.
And we're back
And if
here at
one of
the
the
Astec
goals
Safety
for
Challenge.
Timeout phone.
Reid Carruthers is limited to
Up to
1
I think
in the
depending on
4th
where his
end.
rock is, if it's a
A
really good
couple
rock, then
questions
they're gonna feel
on
it.
the
If he's
chat.
level,
Now
then
I
think
want
it's
Arby's, not the
Yeah.
cheese sauce though. Nope.
Nope.
Chris said that during the
I did,
commercial.
yeah.
He's getting hungry too. But Arby's a great sponsor here at the event with the Arby's Fan Zone. Where can you see the full bracket? Well, you should be able to see it on Curl Zone. It's been posted on there the entire time, but I'm sure somebody in the chat can put the link up for you so that you can see that that draw. All right, halfway through the game. N5, tie ball game. Libbus with hammer.
As much as we're making the
What's
run
the
right
next
now, I don't
steps?
wanna
You know, it's a fresh start here. It's basically starting 0-0 game with hammer. So as Team Libbus, you got to be happy with this result. Holding to Carruthers to just 1 there. Chance to score multiple points here and take the lead. Was really close. Good work to everyone who guessed yellow. That was right. So
now getting later in the game, you start thinking about the 8th end
Backside.
yet, or is it still not in the back of your mind yet?
yeah, you know, I think they're still playing the same strategy here. For Carruthers, he's just going to try to limit Libbus to 1 here. Maybe take advantage if they could ever go to 6 there and score 2. If they can hold Libbus to 1, then you're in the driver's seat. But Team Libbus, you're just playing this as you know, you've had a great game here and you want to just keep it going. So
I like it.
got the hammer again. They scored 3 last time they had the hammer, and be happy to try to score multiple points here again.
Michael Hendricks with
Very
his
tight.
first, looking for that
Finish.
corner guard setup.
Finish. Curl.
Looks like he's executed exactly what the skipper wants, right on that Bar Engineering logo. Another fantastic sponsor here at the Astec Safety Challenge. Now,
That's fine.
Reid Carruthers looking to hold Libbus to 1 here in the 5th.
At this point, people
In our
listening
other
to the
feature
stream,
game on sheet 5, we had a
start
blank,
thinking
so
about
still a
how
tight
scary you
2-1
guys
game for Nicholas Edin over Kevin
Simmer down.
Cooey over there.
Everybody just keeps on talking around the guy with the mic on.
So right now you got to believe in the back of Team Carruthers' mind. They want to force something here out of Libbus.
Absolutely, and they did such a good job of it at the start of the game, you know, really putting the heat on Team Libbus, making them chase them, but momentum seems to have shifted here a little bit, so, and even here now, Libbus with a chance to draw into that forefoot and start to put the pressure on Carruthers.
So, here's the million-dollar question. You're way better to answer this than I am. I come up with all the stupid questions. Do you want to be up in the 8th end without hammer, or down one going into the 8th end with hammer?
I always prefer down with for sure. If it's
Down
that
with.
close, I like having hammer. So
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
I think anything can happen with the hammer. I like having that last shot in my back pocket. So
All right. Well, in the chat, if you're listening to my stupid questions, feel free to put in there. Would you prefer to have the hammer and 8 down by 1, or up by 1 with no hammer and 8? As we continue to watch the shots, lead shots here in the 5th end.
nice draw there. Sitting one buried here now, so Carruthers is going to have to try to freeze one on top of this.
Connor Negevin with his 3rd shot here in the 5th end.
Great spot.
Looking to bring this one into the
Make
house.
the double peel the thick way and not looking too bad.
Long way to curl here.
Now, you've been around this club for a long time, and when you look at the way the curl is right now, obviously that's not normal at this facility, but we've always had great ice.
Yeah, always, of course. You know, Brian and Graydon do such a great job here, but yeah, definitely geared a little more towards matching that Grand Slam style ice here. I think Brandon the other night referred to it as a cereal bowl, which is a pretty good analogy. It's really bowled in from the outside in. It promotes that curl. Even the further out you get, the more it curls. So much like you'd see in a Grand Slam or like that Briar ice. So what these guys are used to for sure. Not playing in curling clubs, this feels more like an arena atmosphere.
So I know for a fact I'm never going to play in a Briar. So when you look at arena ice compared to curling club ice, obviously the conditions are a little bit different inside a curling club. As you can tell when you look at Jacob with his hoodie on, he's definitely a little chillier.
Kept on running
Is it that much more swing in an arena than it is in the curling club?
Generally, it for sure is. I mean, you see the odd curling club where you get a lot of swing, but you know, that arena ice is just so purposefully, I guess, created, and it's so consistent everywhere you go. Like, and the ice makers that you see do a lot of these events are kind of the same ice makers or the same few ice makers that do it. So the players have got so used to it, and because that ice is so consistent, that's why you see so much good shot making, I think, too.
So when I look at Reid Carruthers right now, he's trying to get this rock back to the center line. He's halfway into the 12-foot. So are we saying that there's 10 feet of swing?
Yeah, there's a lot of curl here. So yeah, you're probably looking at this this rock curling at least 7 feet in here. Maybe we'll see where it ends up. But yeah, we've definitely noticed the further you get out, the more it'll really come down and curl in there with the right weight. And with these sweepers being able to carve it in there too, it's really fun ice to play on, I'm sure.
Yeah, I must say, it must be a lot of fun. Maybe they'll let you and I play on Sunday.
Yeah, maybe we'll go toss some rocks out there.
Yeah, we'll have a media day or something.
That's right, yeah.
And maybe you and I can take on Dusty and Lindsay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But no sticks. You can't give Dusty a stick. I heard he's a killer with one of those.
He's deadly with a stick. You know, some of the guys with the sticks that I've played with, they don't miss the broom. So.
All right, so here we are. Zach Pollock right now looking to clean up some of the mess in front of the house. Gets the hit and the run back and cleans up some rocks. Definitely moving some things around, opening up the front of the button. Solid shot there from Zach. He has been on it, no doubt about it.
Did lose his own, but I think he's happy to do so there, and for the trade-off of getting rid of that mess in front of the 4-foot and opening up his scoring zone again.
Solid shot there. Reid Carruthers now
Good throw.
trying to jam as many rocks as he can inside that 4-foot and 8-foot area. He's asking for Catlin to come hard into the rings here. Wanting to be above the tee line if he can.
Yeah, no, that's nice. I think we're probably still not looking at a blank though anymore.
Yeah, and a little bit in the driver's seat here, already sitting 2 and a chance to sit 3 here. So Carruthers really put in the heat on Libbus here.
Question in the chat, does Carruthers have to have that 4th player for the Brier? I don't think you would want to go into a Brier without 4 players.
It's been done. Yeah, you don't have to. Remember during the, I think it was the COVID year there too with Team Gushu, they ended up actually winning it with 3. So that's what happens for sure. But yeah, I can't imagine, especially with that many games over that many days and 10 in games that.
But most of these guys typically take a 5th guy with them when they come out of the provincials. And I guess, like you said, it can happen. But rarely.
Yeah, rarely. You wouldn't do it on purpose, that's for sure.
Now again, injuries happen. You know, this week, Mike Robson went down with injury, and we got to see his son Jax, 15 years old, step in.
Youngest player in the field.
And was a part of a win with Connick Smith. And then, you know, again, Jax gets sick. Mike can't go. So we have another.
Yeah, you're down to your third string then, so it's important to have a deep bench on a curling team.
Yeah, who knew? Hips and illness, and away you went. But again, it was cool to see some local juniors getting an opportunity to play on this stage. People said Jax had ice in his veins.
Yeah.
on night 1, and
he looked pretty comfortable out there for sure.
And I saw, you know, as I was coming up from Okotoks, I saw an interview that he did with Ryan Dice and Kurt Price online, and looked like he was full of confidence and excited to go. So I can't imagine going into my grade 10 high school math teacher and saying, hey, I got to get permission to go. I'm going to be away today. Oh, what's that for, Jack? I'm going to play against Team Gushu today.
Yeah, right, yeah. Not many 15-year-olds can say that. So.
Yeah. But it was a cool experience. Lots of pictures from the young guys. Then Connick Smith had the chance to play Retornez, and I saw Matthew Reiniger with some pictures with Team Retornez after. So
that's some really good games.
That's what these events are about, memories that those young men will have forever.
Absolutely.
You know, Scott Manners making his return to competitive curling in Lloydminster. I remember when Scott won his way to the Brier in Saskatoon, and I think the chant was "Mind Your Manners."
Yes, it was. It definitely was.
In Saskatoon.
Yeah. Not only winning, getting to represent Saskatchewan at the Brier, but representing Saskatchewan at a home Brier. So, yeah, it was quite an experience. I know we were proud Lloydminsterites to cheer on Scott there. So,
you know, I remember back then I had the opportunity to work here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center, and when Scott and his team won that year, the send-off that we did here was really cool. You know, having the opportunity to go and watch them play in Saskatoon was good, and I know one of his biggest fans, his sister Penny,
I kind of like.
Was a great time. But nice to see Scott back on the ice here in Lloydminster with a new team, a young team.
Yes, yep.
Sounds like they're really enjoying playing together.
Yeah, and 3 former Lakeland College wrestlers in that too, with Carter Babi and Brandon Cookson, and then Scott himself played in the ACAC at one time too for Lakeland. So a lot of ACAC pedigree there, and good shout out for Lakeland's curling program.
Absolutely, and again, you've been a big part of that program. The 2 people standing beside us have been a big part of that program, and Lakeland College curling program has been, for as long as I can remember, a big part of our community.
Yeah, and mixed champions 3 years in a row, so we'll see what this year brings.
Well, and again, that young lady, she's been into a Scotties. Can't just talk about the men, right? We've got lots of local flavor. We've had Mike Armstrong in the Brier. We've had Scott in the Brier. We've had Lindsay in the Scotties. We've had Taryn Schlegel, formerly Holtby, in the Scotties as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that was probably right around the time that Scott went, because I remember a send-off for them as well with the Jill Shumay team out of Saskatchewan too. I think she's out of maybe Marshall, Maidstone, in that area. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. Back to the game. Sorry. I get off on a tangent, like to talk about all the cool things that are happening in Lloydminster. But now, Reid Carruthers stepping in.
Yeah,
Scott.
Carruthers still really controlling this end here. So
he's got a lot of control right now. There's no doubt about that. Opportunity to really force Libbus here. In your mind, where do you want to see this rock, Chris?
Anywhere in front there, I think. You know, if you're Libbus, you've only got a couple of rocks left here, and you're trying to think, how the heck do I even score here, let alone score a multiple end? So Carruthers really putting the pressure on and wanting to get one sunk in front here somewhere to really make that path to the button difficult.
All right. Reid Carruthers with his first shot here in the 5th end. Currently laying 3, putting in another one into the rings to make life difficult on Team Libbus. Rock is on its way. No sweeping yet. Now he's starting to get on it. Wanting this one to slow down a little bit. Asking it to whoa. All right. Good
Nice
shot
spot.
there from Reid Carruthers at the top of the 12. Doesn't look like things are overly aligned there, does
Yeah,
it?
you're trying to spin
Well, I
this
think
off,
Libbus
I
has
guess.
one shot here
You
to
might be
really
able to
kind of
slice
clear
it over
things
the
out
top,
for a
to be
second.
honest.
So
well, then you're just leaving this here,
I think
right?
you're going to see a high hard one here.
I
He's
think
going to try
you're,
to
like,
get
over high, trying
some
to
of
clip
that
this.
Oh, yeah.
red
Gonna see a high
ground out
hard
of the
one.
way.
Okay. Those are the ones that I'm not good at
If you
either.
just get the
So
top two, this is the worst rock, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Feel?
Yeah.
Thought mine curled a bit.
Yeah.
well, listen in.
First
What else
one I
could these
thought
guys be talking
way
about
more
right
than
now, Chris?
expected, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think maybe just which ones they for sure want to move, where they want to sit with this, where they have to hit it to get as much moving
Yours
as
is going to curl a
possible.
little more
So
than mine is too, right? And that's where we need to hit
The
it.
only difference is your
listen in here as they
cross
discuss
center,
it.
so I think
Okay.
that's
I still think like that's where we need to hit the rock, right?
What?
That's where we need to hit the rock.
Right here. Oh, no, right
We're
here.
going
you're
here,
right. Yeah.
Nathan Mulberg, Jacob Libbus.
Okay.
Important shot as these guys are trying to find a way to get rid of some of these Carruthers rocks, get rid of some of the granite, create some space.
Just a sliver
I'm sure
high.
they would love to blank, but the way it sits right now, I think that might be difficult.
Should hopefully get them all.
As Jacob has made his decision, getting ready to step in.
Curled up, but I think it's because it crossed center, so.
First shot for Jacob Libbus here in 5. Looking for the run back.
Whoa,
Coming with heat, as Chris said.
Clean.
Looking for this one to get a little closer to the
Yeah,
line.
clean.
It does curl. He gets 1, 2, but
just
misses
missed
the
the
back
back
one.
Really good try there, but importantly, he did leave his at the top, which is nice, but really doesn't come into play here anyway. It's third shot, so good chance for Carruthers to put something here and force Libbus to 1 for a tough shot for 1.
All right. Some rocks cleared. Catlin and Reid looking at different options. Currently sitting 1-2 inside the house. Trying to put some pressure on Libbus.
Nice throw.
Looks like he's going to bring this one across and undercover under that yellow guard.
Yeah, I thought at first he might try to hit that yellow one, but really it's third shot. It really isn't impacting anything there, so he may just try to draw right into the center even and really make this last shot for Libbus tough to get his 1.
Went out though, didn't it?
Yeah, but like we were a long way off, quite a bit.
All right.
Kaplan.
Reid Carruthers
On the
stepping in with his last shot here in 5.
Unless he comes deep, then I have
Trying to fill the rings up and make that scoring area
Pretty good.
very small for Jacob
Guard's
Libbus.
not in the way of the chase, so
His rock is underway.
it's heavy.
Looking to make this baby curl.
That's really hanging out here.
Trying to
right
find the top of the 8-foot. And guard up the 1, and I'd say he has done a pretty good job here, folks.
Good shot.
Good shot from Reid Carruthers.
Yeah,
Right on
probably-
nose.
Is
probably
there
a little less weight,
absolutely
I'd say.
any way that these guys can
Something
get
like
2 here?
firm.
I don't see it. No, there's maybe a nose double for your one, and that's about it. And I think Libbus has conceded that. So not an easy shot for your one either, but a little more makeable.
So he needs to hit that one on the head. Needs it to stay. Needs those other two to go away. No problem.
Yeah, it's
no
definitely
pressure.
easier for these guys. Than,
no pressure for these guys.
For me.
Curled late, so.
All right. Final shot, Jacob Libbus here in 5. Needs the run back. Needs those 2 red rocks to go away to get his one. In process, and away we go.
Whoa.
Rock is on the way.
Clean.
Zach is on it, cleaning it all the way to the front.
Hard.
Calling for it hard now. He's got the hit.
Ooh.
And it jams. It jams here in 5. Reid Carruthers will take 1 in the 5th end, a steal, the first steal of the game. We will be back with 6th end action here at the Astec Safety Challenge right after this message from our sponsors.
Go hard for
At It's Time Promotions, we make your brand stand out. From custom apparel made with precision to headwear that puts your brand front and center, and vinyl decals that make your brand stick. We deliver promotional materials and print solutions that leave a lasting impression. With locations in Lloydminster and Provost, we proudly ship Canada-wide. It's Time Promotions, where your brand comes to life.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting to a changing world. Creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, tax, technology, areas critical to your continued growth and success. All part of the journey. All part of what we do together with you. Because your success is the destination. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Hey, Ben.
All right, we're back. 6th end here at the Astec Safety Challenge at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center, presented by Wild Rose Pump and Compression. A steal of 1 in the 5th. Libbus takes hammer into 6th, even though they gave up 1. And frustrating. Now they've got hammer in the even ends. So, good, bad?
Yeah,
what are your thoughts, Chris?
Not the worst result. I mean, you never want to give up a steal, but yeah, here you are in the 6th. Say you take 2, give 1, and hammer in the 8th. I mean, it's still in a good position, and they've played well, so I don't think they'll be too phased by that steal there.
Not heavy.
Line's good.
All right, we've got the lead shots. Michael Hendricks here with his 1st and 6th.
Almost to your feet.
Loads of fun so far.
Not bad.
5 ends through. I think everyone was maybe wondering, would we see Libbus back up? And they haven't. They are full throttle. And again, a huge opportunity for the 94th ranked team in the world to make it into the playoffs tonight. When we look at the teams that these 2 games are going to play, depending on who wins in this Carruthers-Libbus game, they are going to go up against Bruce Mowat. Whoever wins in the Nicholas Adine game and Kevin Cooey game are going to go up against Brad Gushue. Obviously, Mowat, number 1 in the world. Gushue, number 3 in the world. Does it get any better?
No, I mean, it's what you're hoping is to see some of these top teams in the finals, and they consistently are into the playoffs. So, and for a team like Libbus, I think they just keep proving they belong. Like they've been
around the center,
knocking off giants here all day and all week. So, yeah, it's a great experience for them, and there's some great teams left here. So, bring on the playoffs. I'm sure either of these 2 teams are going to be excited to get there.
Now again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We've still got 3 ends. Lots can happen here in 3 ends. But you look out to the fan zone. You got lots of fans over in the RB zone. Excited to be here. Look over
Line's
to
good.
the other side. You've got the MNP
Wait on
VIP
the-
Lounge, and looks
Line
like they
tight,
changed a
yep.
few things up this year, with the tables being able a little bit more interactive. With the curlers last night, Team Tau,
line's good.
Team Pierce were playing over there. Team Tau comes down to the last shot, missed the last shot.
Beauty.
After the game,
Two good ones.
you know, as organizers of the event, you go down and you want to thank the teams for coming. And Team Tau was over the moon with the interaction they had with the people over there. They had a blast. They loved it.
That's awesome.
And again,
up,
a
Mike?
unique part to
good
being
pair.
in a curling club, being able to have that opportunity to interact, and you know, for young Lloydminster curlers, having the opportunity to be around and see these players. They also had an opportunity on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's great. We were talking about this on Wednesday as well. You know, these top high-end curlers, just how willing they are to share back with the curling community. That's been so good to them. And yeah, there was just a ton of kids here and a ton of curlers out helping them out. And what an experience for them! Like,
You know, rubbing elbows with world champions,
absolutely,
Olympic champions, Canadian champions.
And ultimately, they're all fans.
Really
of the
cool
game,
opportunity.
So, yeah, to see these people right here on your own ice you've been playing on, like, so exciting. And you can see some of the footage here in the bottom left. Like,
You know, you see, you know, again, curling, one of the most social games on the planet, but a game that you want to continue to grow, a game that you want to continue to harness and continue to grow in facilities like this. And seeing the youth out here in Lloydminster, we've got lots of good youth teams that are starting to move up the ranks into the U18 and U16 world. A lot of our players going on to play at Lakeland College and beyond. And I think it's safe to say that when you look at this picture right now, curling's alive and well in Lloydminster.
yeah, it's really encouraging. You know, it's to see so many young curlers. That's the future of our sport. So, more bodies we see out there, the better. And wow, just look how many there is in that shot there. So,
And the smiles.
yeah,
right?
oh yeah. Like,
You know,
what an
not
experience
everyone.
for these kids.
People always talk about that other sport on ice, but we're not even going to bring it up here.
Yeah, it's good.
Right?
Perfect.
It's about the curling and the action that we're seeing. And, you know, there was a comment earlier, it'd be nice that, you know, curlers got paid more so they didn't have to have a day-to-day job. And, you know, totally, I don't disagree.
Those corners are great.
You know, maybe there will be a day where the Canadian Olympic Federation decides to subsidize the sport a little bit more.
Yeah, and
But,
it's definitely grown over the years. Ever since
it's
the Grand
definitely
Slam
starting
was
to grow, which is great to
introduced,
see.
you know? Yeah.
You know, I remember when I was at the facility in 2008, 2009. You know, there was obviously some concern of the up and coming and who was going to be the next step. You know, you had your Laurie Makachucks and Dusty Makachuk, and you know, you look back on Ted Collins and Matt Brost and some of these, you know, Howie Kafer, people that were long-time curling legends at this club. And I think there was always a wonder of what was going to be the next step. And when you look up at the rafters, there's been a ton of success at this club. And looking at that event on Tuesday night, you've got lots of good curlers to come.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, as a junior, I remember we used to have quite a few curlers in Vermilion, just down the road here. And then the sport kind of seemed to really take a back seat for a while, and now it seems to be growing in popularity again, which is great. So we rely on those young curlers to be our Canadian champions and world champions and Olympic champions someday. So it all starts here at these small rinks, and maybe getting a tip from a kind professional here at this event like this will be just what you need to push you in that direction.
Well, and last year at this event, we had another Lloydminster icon in the curling world, Monty Armstrong, playing with his sons last year at the Astec Safety Challenge. And again, I saw Monty earlier today, and you know, still reflecting on what last year's event meant to him and his family. So, you know, another cool part to what the Astec Safety Challenge is.
Yeah, you mentioned like the Makachucks and the Armstrongs. I always like to call them the curling royalty of Lloydminster, and I always joke that whenever you turn on the TV, you're going to see somebody you know from Lloyd, either umpiring or officiating or volunteering at some Grand Slam event or a Brier or something like that.
Can you come down off the yellow, get it in?
A passionate curling community.
Like if you peel and you come off the bottom of the corner,
looking over to sheet 5, quick scoring update while Jacob and Nathan and his team decide what their next play is. Over on sheet number 5 in the other C qualifier, Team Cooey and Team Adine are doing battle. In 5, it looks like Cooey was limited to 1. So right now it's 3-2 with for
maybe?
Nicholas Adine in 6 with Hammer.
Yeah, that's
again, 2 juggernauts going at it over there, throwing blows. Kui with a little bit of a new look team, with Aaron Sluchinski's coming over and being a part of their team.
Whoa, whoa,
Lots of fun over there, but we don't care what's going on over there. We're more excited about what's going on over here. Reid Carruthers and Jacob Libbus. So Carruthers steals in 6. Libbus with Hammer here, or in 5, sorry. Libbus with Hammer here in 6. We've got lots happening out in the 12-foot right now. What is Reid Carruthers trying to do here with everything being out on the outside edge?
Yeah, you know, same thing. He's going to try to run this back and hopefully sit 2 and just continue to make Libbus chase him.
It's pretty. I think
ideally, maybe make him draw for 1 and you take that Hammer advantage back. But worst case, if you're sitting a couple in there and make him draw for his 1, you're happy with that too. So getting into the later stages of the game here.
That's an unfortunate place to be.
Pretty nice position, being up 4-3. It's such a great back and forth game.
Catlin Schneider with his second rock here in 6. And the hit and roll, trying to get all the way across and undercover. Good shot there, though. You can see there Connor just giving her, man, his arm's got to be getting tired.
Yeah, just over curled there.
Being the only sweeper. And like you said, at this level, you don't want the skipper moving too far from the line, especially when they're playing out in an area that they don't normally play with.
That's for sure. That line goes so important.
Yeah. Like a little less. I think this can be
question: who plays next? Well,
coming across.
We'll get that to you. Okay. We'll get the draw up here in 2 seconds of who is going to be playing in the playoff round. But again, we still have 2 games that we're trying to figure out who the heck is going to get into that playoff round. But what I can tell you, who is qualified for tonight? Well, world number 1, Bruce Mowat. He's definitely qualified and going to be playing tonight. Matt Dunstone is qualified. Brad Gushu has qualified. Team White is qualified. Team Schwaller is qualified. And as we continue to move on, we have got obviously Carruthers out here fighting it out against Team Libbus. And we're going to be waiting on who else is going to come out of Kui and Adine.
Yeah, you know, I think it speaks to the quality of event when you've got guys like Kui, Adine, Carruthers, and Libbus here in the C event, still not even clinched a playoff spot. It's unbelievable.
It's mostly buried. There's a third. Blacked out. Yeah, split.
All right, Catlin Schneider stepping in for his third shot.
Getting a little heavier, or maybe not
quite as aggressive. What he's looking at over there.
He's trying to have a look at the screen out there just to see how these are lined up. So
yeah, getting a chance to look at the replay.
Yeah.
The beauty of having it set up the way it's set up.
Thanks to the fine work of Groovy and Maz Entertainment. They
it's a
they
perfect
have that replay screen available out there.
More curl, and man, we're laughing. Well, no, this isn't so good. As long as it doesn't feel the double here, we'll see.
All right, Catlin Schneider
we're going hard for a
stepping in for his
2 corners and
final rock here in 6.
Yeah, he's not throwing enough weight too, so that's okay.
So maybe looking at a thin double here if it's available. Tight to that guard.
Good shot there. Gets the roll, trying to get it under. Good shot there from Catlin Schneider.
Libbus is second shot here, so a chance to maybe sit and hit 2.
Yeah, I think we just make sure he can't throw the double.
Yeah, this is. Oh, you can't do this. So I think.
So is there any thought going through Team Libbus's mind of, okay, maybe we should be looking to blank here?
No, I don't think so at this point. They're kind of set up for their 2 now, so as you heard him say, they just don't want to set up the double. If they ever did, well, then it's in bailout mode. But right now, you know, pretty nice scenario here for them. They've got a chance to maybe hit and roll over to the left, and as you see it on the screen there, and set up a 2.
Down board.
Clean. Clean.
Okay.
Clean.
Nathan Mulberg here
Yep.
with his
Whoa,
final
yep,
shot
yep,
here in
yep,
6.
Yep.
Gets it by the guard.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Gets the hit and a slight roll under cover. Good shot there
Really nice.
by Nathan. Again, he has been very consistent today in both matches that he's played. So,
Nobody likes
Reid
the
Carruthers
perfect
looks
roll,
like
eh?
he's going to
Cricket.
come right back down on the same line
Nice call.
Doesn't
and
take
try and
any,
nudge that yellow rock out.
Yeah, no chance of a double here, so but a chance to bump it back and
10-5.
narrow down that scoring
Yeah.
area again.
Okay. 10.
Which might be wrong.
That seems
Couple
heavy.
questions on the chat.
Like, I thought that
Hey
was
Ted,
pretty
I
close.
totally
It's not a
appreciate your
little-
comments, and
I might have
we're
missed
trying to
that. I
keep
was
it as
focusing
curling as we
on
can, but
Also
we're also
do it straight up.
showcasing the great things that have happened here at the Lloydminster Curling Club, and some of our
Such a
past
high
members that
guard,
have meant a
and
lot to
knows
us.
it.
So
Oh, yeah. absolutely.
And we know the back
definitely
end.
want
I
to be
think
all
we're
about the
n-
curling,
we're
but
not
we
under
also
the
have an opportunity to
expectation.
share some amazing
No,
stories
no,
about
I think we're
great
just avoiding
community volunteers that we've had here in Lloydminster. So if you don't want to hear about the community volunteers, no problem. Hit that mute
Doubles
button,
hard.
and you don't have to hear from Chris or I. But
Play it with
again,
the outside.
obviously the curling is number one. Reid Carruthers stepping in for his
Oh, it's over.
first shot here in 6, trying to take the same path that Jacob took on his. Gets it around the guard there, and a good shot, trying to get a little bit of a rollover.
Really nice.
Really solid shot there by Reid Carruthers,
We couldn't nose it.
poking
Well, then
that
he definitely
shot
plays a
out.
double.
Is that not curled
over
just
the
that little
top,
bit
right?
extra? You might have
Yeah.
almost actually had that
He
double
knows
there,
that it's
so I
going
didn't think it was
here.
there, but
Yeah.
these guys seem to prove me wrong time and time again.
I think you're doing the same thing as I just did, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the other options you go here, but then he freezes.
All right,
No, I like this.
Okay, let's make
I think
it.
we're throwing
Jacob
easy
and
just to keep it a
Nathan
little
I'm good with
higher.
easy.
trying to confirm on what they
Even if
want
you, like,
to do.
half roll, it's really thin and
Yeah,
it's
they gotta
right
be
on
happy
edge.
they're sitting with that
Yeah.
second shot there. That's a huge rock for them right now,
Yep.
so it gives them some options here.
Underneath
Trying
the
to
yellow,
find a way to more
under
than
the
one
yellow.
here. Is there a way to get more than one?
Dead
Or is it
there
going to
is
need help?
perfect, but
No,
edge
they're
on edge
like,
is
you know,
probably
they're sitting at
okay.
one.
You
If
know,
they get this in a
underneath
nice
the red
spot,
is
as
an
long as they don't
easy
set up a
freeze. It's
double,
like back to
they're
you
really
on
well
the
set up for a 2 here, which would be, mission accomplished. Score 2 in the 6th, and you're in the
Close
driver's seat.
under. He's got like a thin peel. Probably have a blank attempt then, and then easy.
All right, Jacob stepping in for his first shot here in 6.
Clean. Whoa. Clean.
Clean.
Yep. Clean.
One needs to make
Whoa!
contact with this rock
Yep.
on the button.
Yep. Yep.
Boys
yep.
are on the
Hard.
sweep.
Hard,
Mike
hard,
and
hard,
Zach
hard.
with a good sweep. Now the roll. Catlin trying to roll it out. It does nudge with the support. Both yellow rocks are still in play. It looks like it's red
It is.
as shot rock. Would you agree, Chris?
It definitely is, yeah. Bit of a miscue there.
We'll
Not
go to
only
the
that,
world of
but,
public opinion on the chat. Is it red? Is it yellow? I think it's red. But hey, you folks out there can see better than I can.
And this really opens up options for Carruthers here. I mean, you draw, as he showed with his broom there, you draw behind there, you draw to the open side. You really don't even need to take out those 2 yellows. You could if you wanted to sit 2, but anyway, you can find a sit 2. All of a sudden, you're in the driver's seat, and you're forcing Libbus to his 1 here.
Good opportunity here for Reid Carruthers to put some pressure on Jacob Libbus.
Like,
Trying to get
That was a lot
out of
of
here with a single
yeah.
and get back to an all-square game with hammer and 7.
Watch and see. I
Don't want to get too far ahead of
Tried
ourselves,
to watch the thing,
but this is a really crucial point, not only in this end, but in the entire game.
Yeah, these 6th ends, and we even see that at our level, you know, at the ACAC, with college curling, any level of curling. It's a really important end. It sets up your last 2 ends. I mean, once you get back here towards the glass, you're just there and back, and you're done. So
What the rock was doing.
it really shortens up the game, and it's an important end.
Couple questions. When is Mowat going to play? Well, Mowat was out here practicing at around 11:30 local time. He will be on the ice tonight, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, and he is going to play the winner of the game that we're currently talking about. Team Carruthers versus Team Libbus. They will play Mowat tonight at 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. What time that is in Scotland, I have no idea.
But well, I figured, what was it, last night when we were on there, it was 3 a.m. there when we went on at 7, so yeah, they've got a few hours on us. So
I'm sure the people in Scotland are probably not going to bed on a Friday night.
Oh, so it didn't seem like, it felt like they were all in our chat the other night watching the game. So
there we go.
Yeah.
So yes, Mowat and White will be on the ice at 8 o'clock tonight in the playoff round. But we got 3 ends left here that are way more exciting right now. So, Reid Carruthers with his final rock here in 6, trying to make life very difficult on Team Libbus. Rock is underway. Connor Negevin is on the sweep. Catlin Schneider calling the line.
I selected for the draw here, just to sit 2.
Trying to get this right in undercover, full 8 foot, making that scoring area very tight.
I think we're just, where do you have him?
Leaving him with only 1 shot.
1 shot, that draw to the full 4 foot for your 1. Looks like he is going to maybe play it, so he's coming up to that red one for some back in case he needs it, but end of the day, he's going to be facing 2 with his last and just looking for 1.
All right, lots of fun right now here at the Astec Safety Challenge in Lloydminster.
Like,
looking ahead, this is still an important 1 point. I mean, you do concede the hammer, but if you ever hold Carruthers to 1 next end, you execute there and do your job, then all of a sudden you're coming home with hammer and maybe a chance to score a couple. So big point here for Team Libbus.
All right, process. Doesn't matter what sport, doesn't matter what you're in. Everything has a process. Get the heart rate down.
3.
Get the negative out of your mind. You're only going for 1. Focus on what needs to be done. It's the one thing I've noticed about this team all day today. They've never deviated from their process all day long.
No, you can tell they're focused, dialed in, and
Jacob Libbus
to get this point
with his final rock here in 6. Needs full 4 foot to get his single point.
Wait only, line's good. Line's good.
Zach Pollock with the clean.
Line's good.
Nathan Mulberg calling the line. They're past the guard. Now they need full 4. Zach is on the sweep. Mike's starting to help. And a great shot.
Very nice.
By Jacob Libbus. No problems here. He has got his single point here in 6. At the Astec Safety Challenge, it's Team Libbus 4, Team Carruthers 4. We'll be back for the 7th end right away.
Hey, Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Seventh end here at the Astec Safety Challenge in this very crucial C-event qualifying game between Team Carruthers and Team Libbus. We've had singles being thrown back and forth over the last 3 ends. We've had a steal from Carruthers in the 5th end. Libbus limited to 1 point in 6. This has been an outstanding, well-played game, and now it gets really intense as these teams are trying to find their way into the playoffs tonight at 8 o'clock. But first, you got to win your way there. Dusty Makachuk said it best earlier today. You got to win or you go home. Well, moving day is here, and these teams are now in the thick of things. So, lead shots are underway. Team Libbus trying to ensure that Carruthers only gets 1 point here in 7 so they can have the hammer coming home in 8. As you heard Chris say, he would rather have the hammer in 8 being down by 1. So we're going to find out exactly who that's going to be. Obviously, Carruthers would prefer to have hammer. They would, but right now it's not setting up that way. Will Carruthers go for the blank and go into a tie game? A tie game into the 8th? Possibly. Libbus going to be able to force Carruthers to take a point here and come down the home end with hammer down 1. We're going to find out. But what I can tell you, this is going to be fun.
We've got a barn burner here. It's going to come right down to the wire.
Good sweep.
All right, question on the chat. And I can tell you, I don't have a clue. But you might. Enjoying the discussion, how about pros and cons of steel sliders?
Yeah, you know, I've never really used one. Some guys like to slide faster. I know when I was playing, I used to slide on my toe for that reason, just to slide a little faster. So I think it's all about what you're comfortable with. Some guys like to barely push out of the hack and slide fast, and you can gauge your weight that way. Definitely gives you a little more takeout weight if you need it, if you know, or you just want it. Maybe you want that big weight too. So all comes down to leg drive, but the steel slider definitely helps you slide a little faster too. So gives you a little boost on that weight for sure.
There you go. That's why we have Chris here. Because if you asked me that question, I couldn't tell you anything about it. So thanks for the question. Really appreciate it. Shout out to the Tyler's organizers, sponsors, and fantastic volunteers who look cold. Yeah, they look cold, but if you look over in the corner, over by Sheet 8 in the MNP VIP zone, Vern Falshear and some of the organizing committee over there, Dallin and Jeff, they haven't moved from that spot for a while, so there might be a little liquid courage going in over there. I'm not sure. I'll speculate.
Yeah, they look pretty comfortable over there. So
you know what? Looks like the organizers are having a great time over there. The people are enjoying the interaction that they get to have with the players in this intimate setting. And it's been a lot of fun. It feels like a slam, even though we're not in a total arena. But the organizing committee's done an outstanding job of creating a real, true world-class setup here. So. Again, thank you for the comment to the organizers and to the volunteers. We really appreciate it. So, back to the action before someone gets mad. End number 7. Carruthers, Libbus, tie ball game. Carruthers with hammer.
Yeah, and he's a little bit of a surprise maybe, but he's ripping the center guard, so he's definitely looking to take away any opportunity Libbus has to potentially steal or limit him here. So.
Little bit of cleanup out front. As, again, you're not, again, I'm not an aficionado when it comes to curling strategy, but you're seeing a lot less blank ends in games now. So clearly the 5-rock rule and the no-tick rule and all that stuff is helping create more offense and more drama, more high-angle shots, more high-weight shots. And again, making the game that much more technical, scientific.
It's just a testament to the level of play we see now too. You know, those you wouldn't have seen all these shots that we're seeing now, and they just make them look so automatic out there now that they have to make some rule changes just to make things a little more tough on the guys and a little more interesting for the fans. So I think mission accomplished. Doesn't get much more exciting than this on a Friday night in Lloydminster, I tell you.
So right now, only 2 rocks in the rings, 2 Libbus guards, one in the middle, or both in the middle area there. What, you know, as a coach, you know, with your background, what are you trying to get your team to do right now if you're Team Carruthers?
Yeah, you know, with the hammer here, you're not comfortable with those center guards for sure. It gives Libbus a place to hide. Even though you're shot, it's not in a great spot. So, yeah, they're going to look to remove these, open up that scoring zone. You know, I think ideally you might even like a blank out of this, but you for sure want to at least score your 2. So, and a little bit of a miscue there. He didn't get the back one and left the center one. So an opening here for Libbus to try to draw one in behind here.
I'd play this tap, yeah?
Okay. So the coach wants his team to score 2. Carruthers wants to score 2.
You do this, that's okay.
Now flip it to the other side. You're playing without the hammer. and you definitely
Yeah,
want to
take
have
away
it
right
in
here.
8.
Ha.
You got to force them to 1 somehow.
Yeah, you got to.
The way it's setting up so far is Jacob taking the right path here to creating at least a score?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty nice opening for him here. He's got a chance to bump his own onto that red shot rock. He'll sit, if he makes this here, he'll sit to kind of covered back there too. So all the pressure's on Carruthers at that point.
Whoa, clean. Whoa, yep.
All right, Nathan Mulberg
Yeah.
with his first shot here in 7. Trying to sneak it past the guard. They've done that. Trying to get a little bit of a hit and roll off the yellow. Doesn't get that, but gets the hit.
Okay.
The run back onto red, pushes the red underneath the tee line.
13.
Solid shot in your opinion there.
Yeah, I would have liked it a little further back, but you know what? It is behind the tee line, so it is a usable rock for Libbus here yet. Even though Carruthers' shot, they don't feel real comfortable having that left back there.
Lots going on in the middle of the ice all the way down, whether it's guards, tight into the 4-foot. Everything is in a very tight area right now. Obviously, Reid wants to have a path to 2. So he's got to open this up somehow, does he not?
Yeah, all this play to the middle is really favoring Team Libbus right now. So it's, you can see Reid's really starting to think about this now and what he wants to get out of this end and how he's going to do it. So looks like he's going to come back up to the top. Look at removing some of these yellow rocks and opening up his scoring area again.
I don't think he can, though. I think that's very difficult.
So these world-class skips, like, they're 3 or 4 shots ahead in their head, right?
No complaint.
Yeah, they always say it's like chess on ice, right? So yeah, they got to be strategizing and thinking of what Libbus is going to do. And sometimes you even see some gamesmanship. They'll talk about it out loud and say, well, you know, this is what they might play, so let's do this. And it gets the other skip thinking a little bit too. So
Catlin and Reid here having a conversation, trying to figure out what angle they want to take. Unfortunately, I don't think they have their mics on, so we can't listen into what they're talking about.
No, I agree.
But
I'm in agreement.
You know, we can speculate, and we're good at that.
Yeah.
But
I think they're gonna be happy to hit this top yellow and get at least 2 of these moving. They wouldn't even mind losing their back red one at this point back there. So.
That's fair.
Catlin gonna look to move some ground here for sure.
7th end, 3rd game of the day. Only 3 players. Does stamina come into play at all right now?
I think you're running strictly on adrenaline at this point. So, I think especially
great shot there by Catlin. Sneaks it by the guard, makes a lot of things go away. What a shot by Catlin Schneider. As we get a replay of that one. I don't think Laurie Makachuk could have made that shot.
I don't think
what a
so,
shot by Catlin Schneider.
I don't know if it matters too much. Just make this draw. Like,
well done.
You could play this.
So all the granite goes away.
Can probably save
Libbus is trying to force.
Well, if we play this, he's
now
ripping.
with such limited rocks out there.
Yeah,
what's the next step?
Yeah, that was just an absolutely great shot. Really changed this end, but still a chance, you know, for Libbus to bury one back here, and force Carruthers to chase. Really, you just want to hold him to his 1 still. So
like a little
it's still in play.
What if it's getting a bit straighter here? Okay, you're gonna want like.
All right.
2 feet more.
Nathan Mulberg stepping in for his 2nd shot here in 7. Looking like the skip wants him to come around those guards and bury it in behind that red rock. You know, again, the swing and the curl in the ice right now is unbelievable. World-class conditions right now in a huge event in Lloydminster. The last time we had the Wayside Classic was 2009, if I remember correctly.
It was a long delay between major curling events in Lloydminster, that's for sure.
And some guy by the name of Kevin Martin won that event. I don't know if anybody knows who that guy is out there, but his son is playing on the other game right now with Team Cooey.
Yeah, right next door. You can see the family resemblance.
So again, it's so nice to have the best players in the world here in Lloydminster. I remember when I was young when we had the Wayside, and it was a great event, lots of fun, and being able to recreate this again and another level of enjoyment for people in Lloydminster is great. And a lot of the people that were big supporters of that event when it was first here, again, you see Daryl Hanley, Gary Leckie, Monty Armstrong, those guys that were part of that organizing committee in the past now, commentating and being a part of it and being around. And it's great to be able to bring this kind of level of curling back to Lloydminster.
Yeah, it's been nice to see some of the local legends like Scott not only spend time in the ice, but in the booth too, and just floating around the rink. It's it's awesome to see curling so alive and well here. So huge kudos to the organizing committee and the city of Lloydminster and the Lloydminster Curling Club. Just great facility here and great foresight by the organizing committee to bring this back. It's been a huge success.
Catlin Schneider with the run back double takeout, cleans everything out. Really starting to get the feel that Carruthers is going to try and blank here in 7. With the way they're keeping things clean to come down in 8 with hammer. So, Jacob, we got to find a way to make them score.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to come home tied without. That's not an ideal situation, or it'll be steal at all costs. So
top 8,
chance here though to sink one in there. It is a high guard, so it's going to be tough to hide it entirely. But you can make it tougher on them.
All right, Jacob Libbus stepping in for his first here in 7. We've got a real open house. We've got a real open sheet right now. He's trying to find a way to make Reid Carruthers make a mistake. He wants Reid to only score 1. He's trying to make it difficult and wants the hammer back in 8. Super key shot right now. His first here in 7. We'll let Jacob get ready. One last twirl, one deep breath, and here we go.
Line's close.
Guys are on it, cleaning it. Nothing heavy so far. Making sure that nothing is left. And now a little harder now as they come past the hog line. Looking for it to curl, looking for it to bury.
Fine if you chat.
They need it to go.
Looks like it's over.
Really need it to go.
Okay.
Just a bit light on that throw.
Okay.
Brutal.
Maybe I'm wrong.
And that's something Brandon and some of the players mentioned. On any good ice, you're going to see it break down a little bit near the end of the game, and maybe it's going to slow down a foot or two. So maybe that caught Jacob Libbus right there a little bit.
All right. For Reid Carruthers, he's got nothing in the house right now. Looks like they're thinking about coming in.
What'd you get?
Again, if he's coming in right now, he's clearly not thinking about blanking.
No, I think he's shifted gears here, looking at the deuce. I'm a little surprised. Maybe he could have played that double peel, but if you don't make it perfect, then there's something for Jacob to hide behind. So
all right, well, looks like Carruthers is going to try and find a way to score here in 7. Looks like they're calling for the draw, want to get it in behind cover. Not looking to blank in any way, shape, or form here in 7. So he's going against your strategy, Chris.
He is.
All right. Reid Carruthers, his first here in 7. His lone sweeper, Connor Negevin, starts out. Catlin calling the line in the house. No sweeping all the way down so far. Wanting this thing to dig in a little bit. Wanting this thing to curl. Now they're trying to drag it as far as they can behind cover. There's the curl. A little deeper than maybe what they wanted, but the curl ended up there.
Yeah, definitely a mistake here.
Okay.
So Libbus can sit on top of this.
Is that a mistake by Carruthers?
Absolutely. Libbus can sit on top of this now. If makes a good freeze there, this is going to force Carruthers to his 1. So that's the risk in that call for sure.
Right to it.
Okay. The mistake is there. Now, Jacob Libbus.
You're half in the back 4.
You need to stick one on top of that red rock. You need to jam it. You need to be on top of it. It needs to be locked. No problem, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem.
We always tell our college curlers the freeze is the hardest shot in curling, and for good reason.
Over on sheet 5, we've got a final. Team Adine has finished off Team Kevin Cooey 6-3 in 7. So Nicholas Adine will play tonight against Brad Gushu. Back to our game. We're going to get a whole bunch of viewers coming over to finish off Team Libbus versus Team Carruthers. Good shot here by Team Libbus, trying to stick it on top, but a little bit of separation there.
Definitely a shot for 2 here, but it's not an easy one. Just over curled on him. The weight wasn't bad. Probably right there if they didn't have to pound it down there for line, but yeah, it opens the door here a bit for Carruthers.
So 2 mistakes back to back. The shot's there for 2.
Busted there, like we were outside.
They're coming in on the other side. Coming with weight though, right?
Yeah, and maybe,
what is worst case scenario here?
Well, I mean, worst case you jam, you give up 1, but you're still coming home with hammer down 1. As we talked about earlier, that's my preference anyway, if I had to be. So, you know, for Reid, this has got to feel pretty low pressure here. You got either a chance for 2 or maybe you're coming home with hammer and just need
So
1.
he's got to come down with some control weight. Wants to push that yellow rock by, keep the shooter, keep the other red rock, get his 2, and away he goes.
Absolutely. And, you know, scoring 2 alone on a team like Carruthers is going to be hard. Scoring more than 2 next to impossible. I mean, it happens. Obviously, it happened this game, but you'd feel very comfortable being up 2 here, at least taking it to an extra end, if not winning it outright in the 8th.
One last breath and the push for the final rock here in 7. Reid Carruthers with a chance for 2. Needs to poke out that yellow rock at the bottom of the 4-foot for Team Libbus, and something has gone wrong.
Yeah, they are right off that. It's going to be a steal.
Very wrong. Team Libbus will steal 1 here in 7.
Good steal.
And now, down by 1 with hammer going into 8. Team Carruthers is going to need 2 to win, 1 to tie. We'll be back for the 8th end at the Astec Safety Challenge after this message from our sponsors.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome back for the all-intense 8th end in this C event match at the Astec Safety Challenge here in Lloydminster. In the 7th end, 3 mistakes back-to-back. Team Libbus ends up stealing in 7 to go up 5-4. Questions, did it pick? Was he light? We're not 100% sure up here. Looked like he was light from us, from our angle, but we're not down on the ice, so we're not 100% sure. But anyway, Carruthers coming home with the hammer, down 1 against Team Libbus. Feels like we're going to get an extra end here. Wouldn't you agree with me, Chris?
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a game at the Astec Safety Challenge without an extra end in a draw.
Right.
So I'm sure we're probably going to get one.
Obviously, Carruthers here looking to score 2 and end this now. So you definitely don't want to only score your 1 and go into the extra end without hammer. So they'll be very focused on trying to get their 2 here.
Carruthers wants to find a way to 2. They want to end this. They want to get some supper. They want to get off the ice and get a bit of a break and play in the playoffs tonight. Team Libbus, they want to stay on the ice or they want to steal right now. They've stolen in 7. Why not steal in 8? They want a chance to play in the playoffs. They want to take on Bruce Mowat tonight. Bruce Mowat hasn't played since yesterday at 12:30.
Line's good.
Maybe you catch him napping again. I don't know.
A little bit of room for high.
They want their chance. So
Room for high.
this end, final
We're
end
over.
here
Line's good.
in this
Line's good.
qualifier.
Line's good. Line's good.
It
Line's
has
good.
been
Good.
a blast.
No curl, no
We're
curl.
excited. We can
Just
see the
pass it.
marks
Stop,
on
stop. Line is good.
on the chat. They're having a blast.
18-1.
Lots of fun here at the Astec Safety Challenge. Shot there by Michael Hendricks.
Yeah.
Getting things started is Libbus wanting to control the center. Carruthers wanting to control the corners as we continue to go down this game and this fun and this excitement as Connor Negevin steps in with his second shot.
And Carruthers is going to bring play to the center here and try to get one sunk in behind these two long center guards.
That's perfect. It's all good. Zach was thinking with his weight head, not with his line head.
Trying to bring this one in behind the center guards. Schneider and Carruthers on the sweep, trying to get it as far as they can. Not sure how, well, about half a rock left open. And with it being in the rings, they can go after it if they want.
Yeah, they can, but it's a tough one to hit and stick around. So it looks like they're going to ignore it and just try to bring play to the center here.
This is quite a bit more than draw the button path.
All right.
Okay.
Zach Pollock has had 2 great games that I've had the pleasure to watch. Now in the 8th end, his first shot here at the Astec Safety Challenge. Looking like the skipper wants to see him make it right into the top of the 4-foot. Libbus calling line.
Hard line.
Sweepers are on it.
Good. Line's good.
Trying to find that hole, trying to drag it all the way
Very close.
behind coverage. That is one
pretty
heck
good,
of a
Zach.
shot
3-9.
by Zach Pollock.
Not much of a space through those rocks there.
3-9.
The way they're off-centered. It's a very nice shot.
That's not bad.
Great shot there.
Yeah, I don't
Connor
think we ever got
Negevin
out
stepping
there, but
in for his next shot. And yes, for those of you that have just come over from the Cooey-Edine game, you're wondering why Negevin is firing a third shot. Well, they're only playing with 3 guys. They've been playing with only 3 guys all week. So, yes, Connor's throwing 3, Catlin's throwing 3, and then Reid's throwing 2 at the end.
Good time, Mike.
Looking like they're wanting to come right in on that exact same path to sit right on top of that Libbus rock. Catlin Schneider on the sweep, trying to find that hole.
Oh, he was fine.
Looks like they've done that.
Yeah,
are they past that red rock in the top of the 8? That's, oh, don't get by the yellow outside the house.
Knows that?
Yeah, that's where you start to wonder if with 2 sweepers, do they get by that? You know, you never know. So could be a potential place where being down a man maybe does hurt you a little bit.
Okay.
My first thought was no.
A little bit of a mistake by Carruthers. Doesn't get it through the hole.
This, just a little
If you're Jacob
roll.
Libbus, you're trying to steal.
He's probably doing this.
You want to get as much junk as you can now in front of that rock, right?
100%, yeah, and junk that can't be removed in
I don't
in one
mind the
shot
draw,
for
like,
sure. Make them make
he's
multiple
got
shots
this
to
intern
try to
tap
clear their way to the scoring
all
area.
day for the
So
win,
seeing
right?
is
Well, the
you
only
just
like,
had
I think if we make this,
Carruthers throwing an
I think this is
out-turn,
pretty good.
struggling to
He
find the
might-
port.
he might start
Okay,
bailing.
I understand what they're
Mike's
trying to
point
do by
is
guarding
that
that side up, but
we can't
at
throw
what
with
point do they
tap
want to
weight.
take away
Like, once
the
you have a
intern?
rock here, we can't tap it.
Yeah, and you
This
heard
is
him
where the
mention it,
guards are.
that shot is there, and
He
that's
knows this,
probably
he
where
can
he's
definitely
going.
tap
So this
Well,
red
it's hard
rock
by
of
this.
Carruthers
Yeah,
in
You throw with
a
weight.
dangerous
little
spot, though.
roll,
It's
right?
kind of right
I
there.
think
where it
that's
can be
probably the
promoted
best
up
shot.
into the 4
But
foot. So
I
looking to maybe
I
deal
don't-
with
I
that
think
first.
he
And
might start bailing here, or he
that
goes
yellow
here and then we
rock, that
freeze.
shot rock is far enough
I don't
back
mind
that if they
forcing
do come down
or
on it, there's still
stealing,
room
right?
to
I
come
think
down on top
either
of
are
it again
good.
yet. So maybe not an immediate concern.
Yeah.
Easy.
So, again, these guys can make shots happen out of anything.
Yeah.
They want to
easy.
line things up on every different
a little
angle
roll.
possible so they can't create a run back opportunity. How
Frank
important
is
is
good
this shot right now for Jacob Libbus? Are they moving that red rock out?
Yeah, they definitely want that out of there. And, you know, a a little risk, probably not so much at these guys' level, but there is that risk that you get a little outside and maybe jam that back there. That'd be a worst case scenario.
Clean. Yep.
All right, shot here from Zach Pollock.
Clean. Curl.
Looking to remove that red rock. Wants to stay right there. Good shot there. Well done. They have accomplished what they set out to do.
Good throw.
Neat comment on the chat. 2 a.m. right now in Scotland, and a few pints have been had. Why am I not surprised? But thank you for tuning in. It's awesome to have you, and 4,600 people have now joined our game, Chris.
That's awesome.
They got the tutelage from Dusty and Lindsay, and now they're over here with the amateurs. So
right, the
welcome
squad here.
again in this 8th end. Is we're trying to find a winner in this C event challenge, or C event here at the Astec Safety Challenge. Team Carruthers
Right there.
needs to
You're going to the
score.
bathroom too?
Team
What is
Libbus
wrong with you guys?
would prefer to steal.
Oh, let's go in the freaking 7th. end,
Lots is going to happen here in the last 8 shots.
Yeah, and Carruthers looking for a way to open this up. So I'm looking at that left rock that was just thrown, that yellow rock, and maybe even bump over to the center and knock that over too. But you would still leave your shooter there. So some discussion around the best way to open this up.
I'm not saying. Well, right now we've actually blocked his angle right.
All right, Catlin Schneider, nephew of Lloydminster's Daryl Hanley, stepping in, trying to find a way into the playoffs to keep going. Playing in their 3rd game so far tonight. Is Dusty the guy talking about hot dogs last night? He might have been. I don't know. The guy likes to eat, so I wouldn't doubt that he was talking about it. But not sure. But I'll find out. All right, Catlin stepping in.
Looking to move a couple of these.
Coming with high weight, Connor Negevin with the sweep. And the shots there, the rolls there. Creating lots of interesting stuff in the front of that house.
Now I don't mind the
Good shot from Catlin Schneider. Now, Jacob Libbus. At what point does he bring himself into the house again?
Yeah, I think he's going to look at that right now.
Whatever you
I don't know if this outturn is very tight through that port,
kind of
but
and like
you're going to have some discussion on this one.
That's really good. If you're here, this is easy. I mean,
yeah, this is the easier run, I think.
Yeah, but
there we go. The question's been answered. It
Like,
was actually Darren Molding
Oh, well,
talking
yeah,
about the hot dogs. And again, I don't think Darren, not being a Lloydminster guy, but he's a hot dog guy. So good for him.
He runs it and
Briar champion and heck of an ice maker. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I guess it all goes hand in hand.
That's right.
I mean, he might throw this.
I think you're coming pretty
But
far out.
we're definitely enjoyed having
the path.
Darren here this week.
I think.
Imparting some of his knowledge of ice making at a world-class level to Brian McClaskey and Graydon Lomas, our local ice makers. They always benefit from an opportunity to learn from those guys. And it's been lots of fun for them to be able to learn and work with Darren. So thanks to Darren for making his way up.
Run better.
Team Libbus fan club is on. Good luck to the boys. Well, they're in a hell of a battle right now.
They sure are.
As they're looking to enter into that playoff tonight. But Nathan Mulberg stepping in for his first shot here in the 8th end. The score right now, well, score's 5-4 in the 8th end. 3rd shot's being taken. Nathan Mulberg stepping in for his first. Look at the intensity in those eyes as we get a great shot by the Maz Entertainment team right now.
Line's good.
Rock is on its way.
He's looking to play this outturn
Trying
draw.
to bring this into the 4-foot on top of that other
Line's
rock
really
that they
good.
have.
Hard,
Trying
hard,
to
it
make
feels
that
like,
scoring
go.
area very small for Team Carruthers.
Just a bit light here, Kyle. Looks like he's going to be
Came
not
up
the worst
light.
result. You know, he's still
But
still blocking that path a little bit.
When you look at the scenario, probably not a bad scenario.
No, that's definitely what they call a pro side miss there.
Yep.
What was the split?
course, we can't hear Team Carruthers, but look in as they discuss
Really came off.
their strategy here for the last few rocks at the end.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I think like it came off out here. It's like my normal draw.
That guy last night was hilarious, loves hot dogs and refreshments. Yeah, I think we drink a lot of Pepsi around here at these events. Haven't seen anything else but Pepsi and water in these athletes, I'm sure.
It's not
but
bad,
yes, Darren is a lot of fun.
It's the right way to miss there.
We've got fan clubs happening for Team Libbus online right now. How exciting is that? We've got tons of people packing in for the playoffs tonight. We've got 6 shots left to come. It's going to tell the final story. Catlin Schneider stepping in for his second last shot right now. What is he looking to do here, Chris?
So he's just looking to open up that path down the center line here.
Yeah,
it's like the double tap.
I'm not worried too much about the shooter, but trying to sit one. We're still looking okay for a fourth.
Bump himself up into shot rock and well behind cover.
All right, Catlin Schneider
yeah.
on his way. Trying to make the tap here.
It's close here.
There's the tap. There's the tap. Things have moved around.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to bump that a little further into the forefoot, but
yeah. Throw the out.
So still Libbus line 1, Carruthers 2 and 3.
If it's there. Throw what?
What's the next step here for Team Libbus? Do they take that port away? Or do they want to keep that port open for themselves as they get to Jacob's shots?
Here?
Yeah, I don't know. The port's only kind of benefiting. There's hardly a port there at all, maybe, but if anything, it's maybe only
got this
benefiting Carruthers at this point. I don't think they can get there and,
like
and tap it anywhere that's useful. So
I think this is kind of lined up, that's all. Pretty close.
So Nathan and Jacob strategizing right now on how they close this game out. How do they eliminate some of these Carruthers rocks and angles so they don't get the raise into the button at the end of the game? Looks like they're going to call for the freeze on the rock in the top 8. Nathan Mulberg has been hot all game long with the takeouts. Haven't seen a lot of draws from Nathan tonight.
Not in, eh?
Yeah, bit of a shift here, but looking to really weld one on there and take away that angle so it doesn't benefit Team Carruthers at all.
Yeah. 3 feet more. Let's make this good.
Okay. Here we go. Nathan Mulberg stepping in with his final rock here in 8. Needs a freeze on that Carruthers rock in the 8-foot. Trying to line some things up to make something excellent happen for Team Libbus. Rock is underway.
Okay, you're just top 12.
Sweepers are called off. Nathan watching intensely.
Got it, curl! Whoa, whoa, straight.
Rock is not curling yet. There it goes, starting to go now. Now the guys are dragging it as far as they possibly can.
Nice
and that is an awesome shot by Nathan Mulberg.
Right where he called it.
4-3.
Hard on a grandmother's heart to watch this game. I don't doubt that this has been hard on everybody that's cheering for both sides. If you're cheering for Team Carruthers or if you're cheering for Team Libbus, it has been a very well-played game. A few mistakes here and there, but more importantly, a very well-played game.
Yeah, just a great shot there.
Yeah, it's
Reid Carruthers, Catlin Schneider, Connor Negevin.
It's good. Nice call.
How are you guys going to score?
Busted in sideways, eh?
Yeah, they're all doing that.
As we get a real unique view from the Maz Entertainment team out there right now, trying to pick up on what these guys are trying to do. Some comments on the chat. Yeah, Nathan has been hot. There's no doubt about that. But again, it takes a whole team to make a shot come together. You got to see the line. You got to throw the shot. The sweeper's got to be on, and the entire team has been on tonight. They have made life difficult on some of the world's best curling teams. Carruthers made it to the final last year. at the Astec Safety Challenge. Team Cooey has lost out, so there's going to be a new champion here this year at the event. Question, no clue what Carruthers can do here? That's a great question, but when you're playing with world-class curlers, they can make something happen out of nothing.
Yeah, they're really looking at all the angles here. So trying to set something up so that Reid has something to work with for his last couple shots here. Looking at the double raise here, maybe onto that back shot, yellow one.
Yeah, we would love to hear the players too. And yeah, the mics may have died on them throughout the course of the game here. But we'll make sure we get mics on for the next game in the playoffs. But here we go. Catlin Schneider, his final rock here in 8. Gonna remove and push some rocks around. Red onto red. Into the port.
Oh,
wow, what a shot there by Catlin Schneider as he found a way to remove that Libbus rock at the back of the 4-foot. That is a huge shot at a very important time. Like I said, they can make something out of nothing. There you go. What a shot on the replay right now by Catlin Schneider.
What's our next step after that?
Wow. Shot of the event so far. Definitely the shot of the game right now. That's delivering. Now, pressure back on. Jacob Libbus, Nathan Mulberg. What is the next step to getting yourself on top of that rock? How do you eliminate the possibility of a 2 right now, Chris?
Yeah, they really went in all in for the steal there, so
here, right?
they're in a little bit of trouble here. They've got to figure out a way to get back in there and at least cut them down to 1.
I mean, first thing's making sure that they both go.
If they come hard at that yellow rock closest to the center line, run it back onto the red. Can they make those 2 reds above the T line go away?
Yeah, it looks like this outside one on the 4-foot line. They're looking to run in that back. Probably get both of those reds if they hit that perfect. Maybe stick it there too, so.
Make the double and then we'll see what happens on the next one.
All right. Decision's been made. I don't think either one of us know exactly what they're doing yet, but the decision's been made.
Sliver high, yeah.
Looks like they're going to try the run back, doesn't it, Chris?
It does, yep, definitely. Gonna hit this
Okay,
outside,
Jacob
outside yellow.
Libbus, ice in his veins, needs a big shot right now.
Yep.
Rock is on its way.
All the way, all the way, all the way.
Hard! 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 Whoa! Whoa!
Calling for it. There's the run. Boom, 2 go away. What a shot there by Jacob Libbus with an answer to Catlin Schneider's great shot just before.
Sweet.
Trying to limit Carruthers to 1. Trying to drive it to an extra end. What a shot there. Absolutely awesome shot.
Oh, you got this angle too.
Now, back on. Reid Carruthers. How do you answer?
If we throw the out turn, we're just tapping.
Angle might be easier. Because like this, you have to tap 2 rocks and hit a 3rd with like.
I'm talking
Couple comments. What a game. Absolutely what a game. It has been an awesome game today. Well played by both sides.
Almost tapped that out.
Little mistakes here and there which have opened up different doors at different times for teams to steal and score. And now we are in the heat of the battle. We have got 3 rocks left. 2 for Carruthers, 1 for Libbus. Carruthers is trying to win it out right now. They don't want to go to an extra end. Libbus would prefer to steal or give up 1 and go to another end with hammer. Either way, I think there's a lot of people's hearts that are racing right now.
Make the freeze with the tap.
They're probably throwing
A
back
couple
8.
options here you're seeing for red.
It's getting heavy.
Try to get in there for second shot. And make Libbus make his last shot to send this to an extra end. Make Carruthers' job a little more difficult.
For sure.
I think you can throw a lot of weight.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if we can make it.
See them just right up against the edge of the sheet here. That's how much curl we're seeing here.
I think back eight's the way to freeze it perfectly.
Curling is so much better with time clocks. Well,
back 8.
I hear your question, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're in a curling club. You have to have accredited people that do the time clocks. And with the amount of volunteers it takes to make that happen, it's just not possible in an event like this. But well noted, but not possible. So take what you can get. You got great curling action, and you got 3 great shots that are going to come right now to determine the winner and who is going to play against Bruce Mowat tonight at 8 o'clock.
I'm like, as long as you're in the forefoot, he's going to throw a runner. Like, he's probably throwing his run.
Reid Carruthers stepping in. His first shot here in 8. Looking to bring his shot into the house, get 2 reds in behind all of the rocks at the front of the house. Now it's starting to curl. Playing a turn that we haven't seen much of tonight, way on the outside. Needing this to move.
Wow, really bends in there.
Gets a piece of the forefoot.
Very nice.
And a really solid shot there by Reid Carruthers at an important time.
You get rid of them both.
With the
now,
yeah.
Coach Chris.
I think
you got
pressure's on Libbus now.
What are you doing?
Like, to get you only have to get by this tight one, and you've got.
I'm gonna let professionals, the professionals handle this one. This is a tough spot here for Libbus.
You want me to get Lindsay?
I think it goes. At least you're getting this.
Listen in and see what their options are, but yeah.
Yeah.
Carruthers definitely making it hard on Libbus here now.
Yeah.
Because we need to get.
Yeah, I think we're good. Firm, like
hard to
here.
You're hard pressed to get through.
Another large vodka happening in Scotland. If you could get me one, I'd appreciate it.
This is definitely
because this has been a whole lot of fun. And now you've got a young team
like my only
between Nathan Mulberg and Jacob Libbus trying to figure out how they can take some options away. Do they bump that yellow rock down and sit it on top of the red? Kind of looks like the angle that they're talking about.
Some discussion about the in-turn double here, and it's very tight past that outside guard, but high risk, high reward.
I think that's max. Like, I think we're taking ice just to.
Actually tighter to the center than the outside guard. But.
Now they go for this tap back, and if they're off by millimeters, you're leaving yourself open for a lot. So
looks like they're playing this off the red rock that was just thrown by Carruthers. Try to hit that onto the inside and take out the red shot rock at the back of the button. So.
You're definitely gonna have to sweep this.
All right, Coach Chris is calling the shot.
I think a touch more. Yeah.
Now it's time for Jacob to deliver.
Okay, firm.
The port is there. The double is there. Now you just have to execute. Ball back to what you've done all game long. Here we go. Jacob Libbus with his final shot here in 8. Needs the double.
Whoa, curl.
They have found one hole. They found 2 holes. They've got the roll. They got the hit. And it doesn't stay.
Great attempt there.
What a shot. What an effort by Jacob Libbus with his final shot here in 8. Now, Reid Carruthers has a draw for 2. Needs to be absolute full 8-foot for the win in their 3rd game of the day to qualify for the playoffs and go into their 4th game of the day. They've been here since 9 o'clock, on the ice since 9 o'clock.
It's a long day, and I'm sure they'd love to cap it here. And, you know, even though they may feel tired, they'd be pumped to play another one, I'm sure.
For a chance to play against Bruce Mowat tonight at 8 o'clock. For the chance to guarantee their team $9,000 out of the purse. Reid Carruthers with his final rock here in 8, needing full 8-foot. For the win, Connor Negevin on the broom, Catlin Schneider on the line. They need full 8. The line is there. Is the weight there? It is absolutely there as Reid Carruthers has taken the win in 8 with 2. Team Carruthers 8 has booked their ticket to the playoff round tonight versus Bruce Mowat at 8 o'clock. Chris, what a game. Fun to do it with you.
You bet, Kyle. Thanks very much. What a fun game to be part of.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for watching online. Thank you for all the comments and joining us. We've enjoyed the heck out of it. We'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock with the playoffs here at the 2nd Annual Astec Safety Classic.
Yeah, they did.
Hey Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be AstecSafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.